Okay, well, I have unmuted us. Say hello to the nice people.
Nice.
Hello, nice
Have you
people.
seen us? Hello.
Oh god, okay. I'll fix the cameras as we're going, don't worry. Do you like, Helios, do you like who I have for you in your place while you're gone?
Well, you got my good side, yeah.
Oh, that's good, yeah. Okay, let me just fix the cameras.
What music do I need to have set up for a very uneventful no consequence stream today?
Yeah, exactly. No
Permanent
consequences.
battle music.
Got it.
No consequences at all. So who wants to start with the recap here? Welcome everyone. Oh, Happy New Year. Well, not yet, but I guess for some people yet, but
Yes. Oh yes.
We're trapped. We're still stuck here. You
yeah.
left us behind.
Yeah, it's New Year's Eve.
Help.
We're gonna be streaming probably just like this will probably be if I had to guess a somewhat short session, but it also depends what you guys do.
So
No, it'll probably just be a couple 2 to 3 hours is my guess. It depends on what happens.
I want you to Canada and Ohio are still intact.
Is the what still intact?
Canada and Ohio are still intact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so how you guys doing?
Pretty good. Personally and characterly. So
I'm fucking fed up right now.
Oh god, what did I
yeah,
just do?
that's twice in a row where we've been down a man, pig.
Oh no. Man, bear.
It's me.
Pig. Yeah. I was
Man
gonna say
Pig King, yeah.
that. So okay, you got poisoned and then you stayed in the castle while we ventured out because you were getting some R&R.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did we want to do this in character? Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. So let's. Yeah. So
character? Okay, cool.
yeah, the last time that before this. Okay, so let's go over with the last time that Helios was here. That was when Duncan wasn't here.
Last time I was here.
Yeah. So that's when Duncan wasn't here, and Adau, and so Helios and Talvo ended up getting ambushed by the people who wanted to hunt you guys down for like retribution, or well, but they basically said to bring balance to the world, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not you believe that, you know.
So cringe to me.
Yeah, but either way, the at that point, so then after last session, last session, sorry, Helios was not here, and so the group went off and had some adventures, and I think we'll just do this in character when they get back. So the group gets back. And honestly, you probably hear them come in through the gate of the castle, the entrance.
Talvo's screaming his head off.
Talvo's probably just fucking cursing. You also hear a voice that you do recognize as well, Helios. You hear the voice of Riley. Riley being that halfling bard that you have with you now.
Oh yeah, the short bard, yeah.
Yeah, and Riley's like, well, I didn't know about all that, dude.
Uh-oh.
And you just hear Talvo and him probably yelling at each other as they come in. And you're feeling rested up now. Now that you've had a little more time to rest after the other attack the other night, Helios, you can come out and see them clearly beat up. Actually, I don't know. Were you guys, any of you visibly wounded? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I mean, I reset my hit points.
Okay,
but
they would have scratches and stuff, though.
So let me look.
Yeah, you definitely have some scratches. So.
Riley was beat up. Riley was definitely beat up.
Riley was pretty beat up. They have like scratches and claw marks.
Oh no! Oh no!
We had a great night.
Talvo
Yeah, that's my job. I'm the bard.
He's gonna throw Helios's new bow. Like, here's your fucking bow, asshole.
Yeah, they do have the bow.
You don't want me there for that? Good morning to you as well.
Yeah, good morning. Very good morning.
Very good morning, because you appear to still be alive, which is...
Yep, so just a normal day.
Not even gonna stop. I'm walking straight to my room.
Yeah, this is still evening. It's not even like nighttime, but Talvo's just gonna like shut himself in. But no, so Helios, this bow, right, for your instrument, as soon as it's tossed to you, you kind of like exchange these little quips, but then you take a second, you look at it, and you're like, oh shit, this is the real deal. The bow is made of, again, it's made of ice splick. This my world's equivalent of mithril. It basically is mithril.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna.
Yeah, mithril is so it's a thing in a lot of fantasy settings, like Lord of the Rings and other things. It is like a metal that is like lighter than steel and just as strong, if not stronger.
Yeah, it's cool.
And so this is so it's sturdy, and also has and also just feeling it, just holding it, you could tell that it is enchanted as well. You could feel magic coming off of it. Yeah. Also, I think we can hear your fan, Helios, by the way.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. I think it might just be the noise gate not working.
Yeah, well, I'll try to fix it.
Okay, that's fine.
Cast silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Never done that before.
So anyways, though, there, I disabled all the sound effects because I realized I forgot. So, on this bow is inscribed some elvish letters.
Huh.
Oh yeah, what do they say?
And do I know, or you can answer, you can translate them.
Yeah, I can read it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What does it say?
So, oh god, now I gotta go find my notes where I wrote this down. I think I might have even told you guys last time.
You might have.
Yeah, it has a single word, which you would recognize as a name. Oh yeah, that's what I had history checks for.
Do I
want to
know who that was?
Adau and Talvo rolled history checks last time. They didn't know. You can feel free to roll a history check now, though.
Okay. Let me definitely have everything ready to do that.
Okay. Oh, I also didn't send a Discord message out saying that we're live. Let me do that now.
See, so it's all planned. Here we go.
Oh,
That's what Talvo got, and he had no idea.
you are a dumbass too.
I just
So-
woke up. Hello.
So
I think
here's
you
the-
guys have more answers than my studying.
So here's the thing, right? Is that this is an elvish name. If you had to guess, it's probably the name of the person who either commissioned this or made this bow, right? Or it's the name of like someone who it was gifted to, right? But either way, you if you go talk to an elf, like an elven lore master or musician, you might get more information. You never studied elven music. You studied Boarman music and also maybe some human stuff, since there's a lot of humans in this area. But you certainly never really had a lot of exposure to elven stuff. Not enough to at least to know who this is, at least.
Yeah, okay.
This was not the guy we got it from, though.
About to ask
That's what
that.
you're
Do I want to
wondering.
know who the original owner was?
Yeah. There was an elven corpse involved, but it was not him.
And not you. So.
And not us. Yeah, not me.
Okay. Hey.
But,
But.
we're very lucky I chose my profession well. Because otherwise, you would have many more, rodent friends, we'll say. 3 more, to be precise.
Riley's like, yeah, you're gonna take care.
blind mice.
Riley's like, you're gonna take care of me tomorrow, right? I still got this thing festering here, man.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I can do that.
Riley looks at Helios. Riley comes up to Helios and just pats him on like the butt. He's trying to get the back, but he can't really reach that eye. He's like,
Hey, have him roll a charisma check.
He's like, hey, bud, it's okay, it's okay. They all know that I'm the best bard in this castle now. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's right, Riley.
I will let you live up to that title for now.
Wish I had a good bow like that. Well, I guess I don't need one, but it still looks nice. Yeah, you don't need one for a liar. I think you pluck those. So, but yeah.
You could play a human-sized lyre like a cello.
Yeah.
You said to his face.
Yeah. Do you Helios, do you take out your like viol and start like fiddling with it?
Maybe I should be off the castle when that happens. I don't know anything about this.
You can identify it. We don't quite know what it does.
Do identify on it. I don't know how that works with like rolling or anything, but
yeah, so you don't have to roll. That's the beauty of identify. It just tells you the properties. If it's something that has a curse or has kind of like deeper, kind of below the surface properties, you're not necessarily going to be able to like suss all that out. But you do get to learn like the basics of it. So, what you realize actually is that this bow, after like as you're casting this magic, it's almost like the bow's magic speaks to you, and you feel the bow's magic itself almost like reaching out to your viol. It seems like this bow was not necessarily made specifically for your viol, which your viol, by the way, if I remember correctly, we had said that you basically found it like broken, kind of like repaired it back up. And it had all these magic abilities already, but it was in not working condition until you found it, repaired it, and kind of got new strings, all that.
yes.
What do you say?
I said that's what happened.
So the bow, it is made for bardic instruments. It's not like it was made specifically for your instrument, but it is your instrument is part of a group of like wider, instruments of the bards that are magical. They all share some kind of properties, and they all are made to be played by bards to enhance a bard's magical abilities. Right? Someone who uses their singing as a focus for their magical power, right? And this bow is meant to be accompanied. It's meant to accompany such an instrument. And so as you're holding it and realizing what it is, you're like, it feels right. It feels natural.
Yeah.
And as long as you use this as part of the set, right? As long as you use this with the viol, it doesn't take up any additional attunement slots or anything. It basically becomes part of the instrument as a set, right? And as long as you're using it, your charisma will go up by 2.
Yeah, it makes
That's
you hotter.
cool as hell. Yeah.
So your charisma, what's your charisma right now? 16 or 14?
Damn. 14. Oh, that's
14?
spell save. I'm dumbass. Oh, that is charisma though.
Okay, 16. So your charisma will now go up to 16. And again,
But it is 16 on the sheet.
Oh, so then it goes up to 18 then. So yeah, change that to 18 then.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Finally, someone else with good stats.
It's about damn time.
I would put on your sheet somewhere like in your features. Just make a note that your charisma is originally 16, right? In case you lose this somehow.
You can make that as part of an item's properties.
Oh yeah, there's a way to do that. Is
Is
it in the gear thing? Hold on, let me mess with your.
Oh, I was gonna make like bow of making me hotter, and then you started playing.
I can add that. I'll figure out how to add that for you. So then
you literally just like in this format, like this is what it is in the Belt of Hill Giant Strength. So just do that, but with, and it has in my strength it has 21 with an asterisk, and if I hover over it, it gives me my actual strength.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me do that. Oh, okay. I'll figure out how to do that here, so I'll add that for you. Yeah.
No, unless
I didn't do any of this. I got that cool new dagger, but I don't have.
You didn't add it.
I don't have the poison added.
I'll add that for you as well.
Okay. Probably won't be relevant quite yet, but okay.
Why did that not work?
Oh boy.
So okay, I need to fix that for you. Hold on. I have to. Okay, let me do this stuff real quick. But
while you're doing that, we can, because he doesn't know what happens still.
Yeah, you guys fill him in. I'll do this. I'm gonna do this stuff.
This is cool, but before I play it, the hell?
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, what we did, first I think we just went around town, like to a couple apothecaries to get poison.
Yep, you got some poison.
Yeah, we got 3 more. Yeah, I have all the vials, so I'll pull out all the vials, and I say we've got some of that poison the guy used. We have the guy. He's in our custody. We interrogated him thoroughly, and so we know exactly who and where and why the Black Wolf is.
Okay, let's start taking notes. Like,
Yeah, no, I did take notes. So you're good. You don't have to. Then we were like, let's go to this deal. Let's go see what's up. Let's go have a gander.
There's the
so
description,
we went,
TSM.
Yeah.
I put it in your features, sorry.
We went down to the sewers, which is where Sammy brought us. They brought us into this little cistern-looking area with it wasn't a cistern, it was like a tomb, but it was in the sewers. And then they were kind of sus. They were kind of imposter-looking fellows. And so they I don't quite know what triggered them to do this, but maybe I think TSM was I think Talvo was antagonizing them because they were stalling us on the bow, and so they told Sammy to shut the door, and then we immediately just attacked them, which of course we did, but it turned out to be correct, a good instinct, because they were all were people. The 3 of them were were rats, and 1 of them was a were boar. So that boar you talked to after the show wasn't actually a Boarman. He was a were-boar-man.
Were-boar.
Yeah, or a were-boar. He wasn't actually a boar-man at all. He was just a were-boar. That's why he looked weird.
Who are they when they're not in the boar form?
Humans? One of them was a dwarf. I think the other ones were humans. But I didn't know. I didn't care. We killed them. They killed them all.
Drake.
What do you say? I'm not in chat.
This is a WoW racism.
Oh. Yeah. But yeah, so
hold on, nice.
we killed them, but not before being scratched and bitten by several each. So we contracted
sorry,
rat lycanthropy. Luckily, I am adept in the removal of curses. Unfortunately, there were 3 of us, and I could only remove 2 curses, 1 from me and 1 from Talvo, because I used my other spell slot to slow the wereboar so he couldn't attack us. But then they had the bow.
He's still
Yeah, so Riley is still gonna be a were-rat. He's gonna turn into a rat. But if I can remove it tomorrow, then I should be okay. We'll see though. I don't know quite how lycanthropy works. But there was something else. Oh yeah. I think they. I don't remember actually what else was there other than the bow. I think I don't know where I got a pearl. Oh, pearl of power. That is it. So yeah, there was a
pearl of power, you know.
Yeah, it's a pearl of power. We got a shield, which I think I gave to Riley, so he could give to one of his men. It's a +1, or it's an enchanted shield, rather. Minorly enchanted. So. And then we have some gold, which I have on my person right now, but I'm going to add to the party's chest. Just so I don't even have it on my character sheet. It's just in the party fund. So right after we talk, I'm gonna go put it away.
All right.
But yeah, very eventful day, you could say.
Yeah. How long does that take to like turn into a rat? Like,
we don't know.
Having a problem, or you don't know? Cool.
Nope. We felt it begin immediately. Luckily, I removed it from our system.
Like my sheet. I'm not gonna.
Pretty much instantly.
Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna move the dog so I can pet him and sit because he's whining at me.
Okay, there you go. So now Helios.
It's him. It's the lichen guy.
So Helios, you see now on your sheet, charisma shows 18, but if you hover over it, it'll show you what your natural charisma is.
Interesting.
Yeah, got it. Okay, cool. I got you guys both figured out.
Okay. I identify.
By the way, TSM, I didn't have a way to fit this into the dagger of venom. So now, if you click damage when you have that thing checked, it'll roll the extra poison damage from. Again, you can only use that once a day, but it's just another thing where it's just a bonus action to press a button to release the venom. So it's an easy extra damage, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a ton, right? But and you have to announce beforehand. You can't do it like after the attack has landed. But if you do it, they make a saving throw. Then they take, if they succeed, they take half of that extra damage. Otherwise, they take the full amount. If they fail, though, there is, as you see in that description, probably actually the more important thing is that if they fail the saving throw, they also get the poisoned condition, which if you don't know, is a pretty punishing one. Poison condition gives you disadvantage on all attack rolls, as well as I think skill checks. So and that's for 1 minute. So in other words, if you go up against a boss monster, you get a lucky poison hit, and they fail their saving throw, they have disadvantage on basically everything for the next minute.
So 12
That's
rounds,
not important.
right?
10 rounds because it's 6 seconds round. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 5. All right.
No, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Surely that information won't be handy.
Which, like, I don't think I've ever had a combat last more than like 6 or 7 rounds. So, yeah, if it goes that long, then there's something either very wrong or very right. So yeah, but okay, so yeah, there we have the recap that Helios would be given in character. But you know, your pals here got you your nice new bow.
We almost became rats. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we're the rat.
Yeah,
Michael,
rats
happy
with
birthday.
the rats.
Okay, if he turns, how big were these things? Because I have polymorph, it hasn't worked yet.
They were about man size.
I mean, they're
Okay,
literally man
just in
size.
case.
Also, if you guys remember the first time you met like Balu,
Baloo
the Boarman, I described him as having like odd proportions and stuff. I was trying to basically plant this in your mind that like he's not actually a real Boarman, he's a wereboar.
Hey.
So
I wereboar. I'm short.
yeah. But anyways, so
Actually, he was like, just a weird looking guy.
yeah. So at this point,
That makes me feel better.
at this point, we're gonna kind of skip forward if you guys want a few days till the upgrades are done. Right, the forge getting installed in your castle, your other weapon upgrades and stuff. Is there any in the meanwhile? Is there any other like business you want to take care of in the city? Because otherwise, we can kind of fast forward to that point.
Yeah, what happens when we fast forward and Ratley over here?
Yeah. What?
Well, I mean, I'm just assuming you would heal him the next day.
No.
Okay.
I
So
think
what-
he needs to do a Constitution save overnight.
Every single day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure.
Adau's gonna hit him the next day, but that first night,
That's true. Okay,
Fair, fair.
let me
Do
do that. He would
Chaos for the Chaos God.
Oh,
Oh no.
okay, hold on. So at night, who would be the one in the castle out of you three? You three are kind of like a joint rulership of like leadership right now, right? And
Should we roll to see
one
who's
who's
in?
here. Well, so like, I want to see like who would be the one that you would tell the guards to come to if there are issues, like your watch.
Oh,
Oh,
probably me.
I was thinking like I do most like the personnel stuff.
Yeah, you're like the treasurer,
Yeah.
president. I'm the.
So,
I don't
I mean,
know.
you would all probably be awoken. We'll say Talvo first, because it's probably someone in his crew who comes in and is like, hey boss, something's going on. And then like a minute or two later, Adau and Helios, you both get knocks on your doors. This place, again, this castle has, you guys each have your own room because you're the leadership, but beyond that, most of the like big giant-sized rooms have been just turned into big barracks, like bunker rooms, right? And you guys are all brought. Talvo, you probably get here first, and then a few seconds later, the other two. You would see that like in the hallway outside of one of these barracks rooms are like all the residents of that room, and they're like holding the door shut.
Oh.
Turned into a were-rat, huh?
Yeah. So no. So
And
okay.
you
Well,
hear
yeah.
like
You went ahead and said that.
You hear like
Oh boy.
Does that wear off in the morning, or is it like a permanent thing? How does this?
I think you can learn to control it. Is it a full moon? I don't know.
He's so dumb. He's so dumb.
Yeah, but I'm gonna yell. Are any of you scratched? Have any of you? Did he touch any of you?
One of the guys is like, yeah, and he points to his arm. He's like, I'm not gonna turn into that, am I?
No, of course not. Of course
Oh,
not.
no, you're
And I
fine.
kill
Yeah,
him.
you're
No, I don't kill him. I'm gonna.
How many spell slots do you get back on a short rest?
On a short rest, I don't know.
I think clerics don't get any. Only
right.
certain class. I think only warlocks do.
You know what though? Nope, because it's half my proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come see me in the morning, I guess. It sucks.
And they're like, what should we do about this? And like the door is getting pounded on.
Yeah, bar it, and we'll deal with it. And while they say some other stuff, I might have to deal with.
We have don't we have do we have like a Boarman Cleric? Let me say like Cleric.
Oh yeah, you have a shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to like.
He can't do anything.
Well, what do you want him to do? It depends.
Well, either like dispel curse or hold this door.
He can help, like he can cast basically some
hold
sort
the
of.
door for me.
He can do some sort of like blessing on the door that will keep away unholy creatures like were-rats.
Okay.
And that'll at least, yeah. So, yeah, he can basically, he's some sort of cleric, basically, right? But he's unspecified in what his exact abilities are. So we'll just say he can use his...
Dispel magic, dispel a curse?
No. At least not this time.
What about protection from evil?
No. That would, no.
I can't do anything.
It's okay. We just need Adau to take a nap, and then he can take care of all
Go to
this.
bed.
Yeah. Well, no, so the
I rolled subdued Adau.
So you'll be fine though. Like, so you'll make sure the place is barred up, and in the morning the scratching has stopped.
Hey, Riley.
Yeah, well, and you guys, like, I'm assuming you guys are the ones who go in.
Sunshine.
You like peek open the door. You see like
behind the shield.
The whole room is like shredded up, right? It's actually probably gonna cost you guys like 50 gold's worth of like just new linens and stuff. But he is lying on the floor, curled up, in his normal form, by the way, except he's got a rat tail sticking out of his like pants. So it seems like lycanthropy hasn't fully taken over, but the rat tail is there.
You like spinning really fast like a whip.
And when you like, if you say, "Hey, Riley," he'd be like, "What happened? I don't remember anything."
Morning stars shine. The world says hello.
I don't remember anything.
Once again, to talk to Riley, like Talvo crouches down, puts his hands on his. Hey, buddy. You had a bit of a rough night, but we're gonna take care of you. Don't you worry. Our magic accountant's gonna save you.
The eyes on us.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, I would say
I'll go
like
get Adau in the other room because I have a potato in the oven. But that's my actual in-game reason.
Yeah. Would Adau try to do the dispel curse or remove curse on him now? Oh, I think you're muted, Duncan. I can't hear you still.
I mean, he clicked remove curse, so I assume he did it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Sorry, I was on a different tab looking at my notes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, there you go. Now I hear you.
Cool.
So,
I have no idea what that was.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Just like the second part of that spell about items, if something has been kind of like affected, like changed, it might not fully work. So as you do this on him, you do feel like something being pulled out of him, like some effect being pulled out of him. the,
He's gonna
ta-
keep the rat.
the
he's gonna
tail
keep
doesn't
rat
go
tail.
away. The tail doesn't go away. And Riley, like, when you do this, he's like, oh, I feel so much better. Oh my god! As he, like, realizes that he has a tail. And he starts freaking the fuck out. He's like, oh, what the?
What you guys do?
Yeah, I thought you said I was fine to sleep overnight. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Get pranked. Just, alright, lay down on the floor so I can take it off.
No.
And then,
He's like, ah, that's gonna hurt.
Rip it off?
Yeah. Talvo pulls out a dagger, like, yeah, we can get rid of
That's
that.
what-
You know,
that's
he's
what I
like
was gonna
spinning
do.
around.
That's
He's got
what
like
I
a fucking
was-
like helicopter to take off. Just...
He's like, no. And he starts stuffing it into, like, his pants.
What do you want? Do you want the tail or do you not want the tail?
I don't know.
He's getting like a trial period.
He's
you
just
know?
like freaking out. He's like, oh god, I don't even know if I want to go out adventuring with you guys again. This is.
You know, we get that a lot.
yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna find the other guy. I want to see where he is.
Yeah, he's like feeling under the weather, but he's sleeping it off, trying to sleep it off, but you can't really do.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
that guy.
Well, I'm gonna pop him in the noggin with a remove curse.
Yeah, and you definitely feel the effects being sucked out of him too. So whether or not he would have been able to
absorbing
naturally
the
resist it, no, he
Oh, yeah,
just like
that's
sucks
true.
it out. And
I
goes,
don't know if he failed the save or not.
yeah, but either way, now he'll be fine. So
Yeah, okay. So now we can skip forward a few days.
yeah.
That,
Would
Yeah, all
you?
that was worth it. That was
spell
worth
slot.
Would there be any kind of like any more like shopping things, research things, anything like that?
Oh, I mean, we stay researching.
Can I give? No, I already did research. I failed the research.
The
That
what?
was kind of. Remember, I tried to research the dragon, then kind of like fucked it up.
Yeah, you and
I
really
mean,
go
giving it
fun.
another go would be kind of cheap. So I don't know what else I can really do. I research like Satan's hat.
Do you want to ask around about the Archdevil's helm?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
just
I mean,
in case.
it would make sense for a bard to do this, right? You would go asking about legends about this, right? Because the basic knowledge you guys know that, like, I think Kurbak told you, right? Is that this, like, archdevil has been hiding in this mountain, old, like, abandoned dwarven keep, or, you know, whatever, or town, old abandoned fortress, for, hundreds of years at least. So there's definitely going to be legends that you could find. So for that, Helios, I'd allow a few checks. You might get different types of information depending. If you do like a performance check, which is probably gonna be one of your better ones, you could do that. That's gonna be very public and draw a lot of attention, but that could be good, right? If you basically at the end of every performance, the idea is that you would do a ballad basically hinting that you want information for this next great adventure that you're planning, right? That could draw a lot of attention, good and bad possibly, right?
Yeah.
Alternatively, you could just do like a investigation or persuasion check to basically just be going around and sleuthing, right? So I'll allow, either investigation, persuasion, or performance.
It's a hard one. It's definitely not investigation, but I've a 7 performance and 10 persuasion. Performance sounds funny. It could be a bit more chaotic. Do we want more of that right now?
I want to clarify what we were gonna go fight dragon and then go save Aya, correct? Or is that the flow of events?
From what I
Yeah, what was
understood, you guys were either gonna go from here. I'm not trying to say this is what you should do. This is just what I remember you guys throwing around. It seemed like you guys all wanted to either go to the dragon or to Satan's hat.
No, I was definitely
I think we
promised
should-
we were gonna go save Aya.
Which is the down there. But was the hat gonna help us do that?
Yeah,
I think
why
that's
we're
what you
doing
guys
it.
were tossing
Yeah.
around. Is that maybe like the dragon seemed. You guys, from what you've heard of the dragon, you know that the dragon is very high threat level, or would be for a party of your guys' size and level, right? You don't know a lot about the archdevil, right? An archdevil probably going to be powerful, but you don't know exactly, is that going to be easier than the dragon or harder, right? So I guess that's kind of why Helios here wants to get some info.
I consult with the team. Do we go public with this, or do we try to covert it?
So, I mean, I think we should go public. with it. Who else? I mean, either we get adventurers who are also going to, who are looking for artifacts like that, and maybe we could have them hop on board and be cannon fodder, or hopefully that's not the case. But well, I don't know. I mean,
rat
it's
fodder?
not like rat fodder. But it's like, what are the negatives to going public with it? Who's
We're gonna
be
piss
like,
off people who were already going to fight anyway. So
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay.
go again. For +7 though, that's not great.
Let's see.
14.
So yeah, no, I mean 21 is still good. That's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, 14's above average.
Yeah. So
That's how you use it,
it's again, even though like there's. It's one of those things that as you start doing this over the course of a couple days, right? You're doing performances in different taverns, out in plazas, right? Open spaces. And you're getting your normal share of like tips and stuff. In fact, here, I'll let you roll 2d20 plus 20.
D20 plus 20.
Yeah. This represents. All right, so you earn from tips and stuff about 37 gold through this like week or so, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like think about it like this: a normal person's only going to tip a few copper or silver.
Get 2 more.
To get this much, you're
67.
getting like hundreds of tips, right? That adds up to this. So,
67. Damn.
yeah. So yeah, you're doing these performances out in the open. A few times you actually get again, Krubak City, especially where you guys are spending a lot of time, is a decently like international place, so to speak, right? Because Krubak is trying to be more friendly to like foreign merchants and stuff, trying to promote that. And so a couple times there's actually some dwarven, like it's most of the time it seems like it's dwarven. It's most of the time like dwarven caravan guards, mercenaries, basically, that are hired to guard caravans, because the dwarves export lots of metals. They're basically the only steady supply of metals in this part of the world, and so the dwarves export these things, and the dwarven mountains are pretty dangerous and wild outside of their fortresses, and lots of dangers up there. And so a couple of these dwarven like caravan guards, after your performances, come by and like, oh yeah, no, I know all about that place, old dwarven keep. Archdevil's been in there a few hundred years. You even hear the name. You even hear the name of the archdevil that is residing there. It's like, oh yeah, his name is Zilks. Zilks. But unfortunately, these dwarves just kind of know surface level knowledge. Nothing really too crazy. But after like the third day of maybe kind of doing this, you're in like this tavern, and actually in like definitely the nicer part of like the foreign district, where there's a lot of like the kind of upper class merchants of other city states and stuff. And when you do this kind of like call for information at the end of your performance, you notice that there was just like normal. There are some people enthralled, entranced by your performance, but most people are obviously going on with their conversations, and it's just good background noise. But on this particular day, you notice that there's one table of like stout figures, probably dwarves, but they're all cloaked, that were kind of like chatting and talking, murmuring. But when you do this call for information, they all stop and start looking at you. And this probably catches your attention.
Yeah.
And after the performance, while you're kind of winding down, signing some autographs on fans' butts that they flash you. Whatever Helios does.
It's 18.
Then one of like the barmaids, or what's the male equivalent of a barmaid?
Bartender.
Barman.
Well, it wouldn't be a bartender, because that's like the one who makes the drinks. Who's the one who brings you the drinks if it's a guy?
Just like a server.
It's just a guy, but in like a maid dress.
What is it? A bar mister? Because
Mister.
a bar butler.
So, according to Google,
Like a barback.
barmaid, barman, barkeep, bartender, and mixologist are all the same thing.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, so the mixologist comes over.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
mixologist.
the
Yeah.
mixologist.
Yeah,
Wait,
so,
can I get a role of mixologist?
so a barman comes
Bar
over,
butler, yeah.
and he passes you a drink. I'm assuming you just take a sip.
Yes.
This guy has served you many drinks.
Okay.
So, unless he's suddenly, he's like, you taste it. It is. I actually need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, that should not have done that.
It's just really strong. It's really strong beer.
You immediately go just spit it out on the floor. It's not that it's poison or anything. Don't worry. It's just that this is dwarven fire whiskey, and from that roll, we're gonna just say you've never had it before. You've like wanted to try it, just never found the right time. And then this like glass of dwarven fire whiskey is the shot. You just go like it literally burns your mouth, and you're like, oh shit, spew it out. And you hear like laughing from like a few of the dwarves in the tavern, including that group. And the barman, he like slaps you on the back. He's like, "This is from that table over there," and he points to the table.
Thanks.
He's like, yeah, they said they wanted you to come talk to them, but yeah, this one's on them. Do you want another one? You didn't really down that one very well.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Give me another one. I'm gonna walk over there and drink it in front of him.
Okay,
I want one too. I want one too.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you're in here, but that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
We have our
Get a
one
second round.
Okay. What about Adau? Do you want one too?
They're great.
I guess I'll see this go down. I'll get one, but I'm gonna get it separately from them and just keep doing my own thing.
Okay, yeah, you're basically trying to like play low and kind of just watch the. Yeah, I got you. Okay, well, so then Talvo and Helios walk over to this table, and you take these shots that were paid for you, and yeah, Constitution saves.
Oh.
So Adau is fine. Adau's traveled quite a bit. Has probably tasted dwarven fire whiskey before.
I'm just a raging alcoholic.
Yeah, Talvo. Ironically, you probably actually had fire whiskey when back home, like before, like way back home. But it's been a long time, possibly, and maybe this is a different type. You managed to just barely keep it down. You're like, oh god, like this is Helios. At this point, you go like spew up again.
Do a charisma save on whatever happens next.
No, it's too late for that. They're chuckling. They don't seem like they're really gonna make fun of you for it. They're just like, one of them pulls back their hood, and it's like this dwarves again live like normally a couple hundred years or so, or a few hundred years. This one looks to be like about middle-aged, and he's got a kind of like a sly like chuckle on his face. He's like, first time, huh?
Oh, second actually, but
normally the Boarman down around here, from what I've seen, they like their grog and their moonshine, but and even normal whiskey, but dwarven fire whiskey, it's different, don't it?
This is like weapons grade, man. Can we get some of it for like later?
Well, maybe that can be arranged. Any motions for you to sit down?
And I sit.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so there's at this table, just to let you know, there's like 4 dwarves, except then you're looking at one of them. One of them is like slightly smaller than a normal dwarf, and they all have cloaks on. They all pull back their cloaks, and you realize that 3 of them are dwarves, including the one that was speaking to you. The other one, who is sitting right next in the middle, next to the speaker,
the rat. No,
is a rat. No, he's it's a halfling, and he's got like a shock of like red hair, like kind of frizzy red hair, not very well brushed, or tamed, not very tamed. And then he smiles at you, and you notice that his teeth are filed to points, all of them. And he gives you a smile like,
sweet, all right.
Which actually you guys would know.
I give like a goofy ass smile back.
You guys would actually know. This is somewhat common knowledge that your characters would probably know. So there's this continent, then the like dragon elves and lizard folk islands, right? And then there's a whole other continent to the south, right? There's a whole continent south of the dragon folk, and on that continent there are actually groups of cannibal halflings. And this is probably one of them.
Oh, they're cannibals. I'm not a halfling, so that's fine.
Oh boy.
Well, when I say cannibal, in this sense, it means they eat other sentient creatures.
It's such a good fucking picture.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's like I'm gonna blow up. I don't know nobody.
Yeah. But so these So yeah, so you guys have actually heard rumors of these. You never ran into one of these cannibal halflings before, but this is a cannibal halfling here. It seems teeth filed to a point and everything. But anyways though, but he's just sitting there chilling next to this dwarf. And the other two dwarves just look like, you know, your everyday, you know, gruff dwarves. The guy looks at you, the speaker guy looks at you, and he's like, so I heard you're looking for information about Yield Zilks up in the mountains of the east.
Yield Zilks, that's him.
He's like, why are you wondering?
You gotta stop talking to people on bars, man.
Yeah. Looking for some adventure. We've been stuck here for a while.
Well, that's a mighty fine coincidence because my crew and I have been looking for adventure too, and in fact, going to Zilks' fortress has been on our bucket list for quite some time.
Cool, it's been ours for about a week, so.
He's like, keep this on the down low, but my buddies here and I, we're mercenaries. Well, we wander around finding work where we can. It's not just us. We got a whole band. They're outside the city. You don't want to be seen walking in with a group of, 60 dwarves in full armor into the Boarman city. Looks a little suspicious if you're not invited.
I mean, we did invite you.
So these are just my lieutenants, and he slaps the dwarves there, and then my brother here, and he slaps the halflings back, and the halflings smile like.
I don't like this dude. I really don't.
Yeah, be nice. So.
Last time we hung out with somebody from a bar, I got me, just Talvo, just me. I got jumped on the way home, and the next day I had to fight were-rats.
Hey, I got jumped too.
Makes it better.
I was out with the rats, but yeah, you were getting laid, so shush.
Yeah, well, I also got you your bow, so.
Fair.
But yeah, fair enough.
So.
Yeah,
it's quite a ways away.
So the guy's like, it is a ways away, but tell you what, here's the thing, I'll give you some intel right away, just so you know I'm not fucking around. I'm not fucking with you. Because I scouted it out personally. I went there about 50 years ago now, so obviously this is a little bit outdated when I was a younger dwarf. But, well, let me tell you, not too many people in the recent years have gone there because of, well, the shit that I saw. When I went in there with a few of my buddies, we saw, well, the old devil, Zilks, his kind, he can't get reinforcements here. He can't bring any more of his kind from the hellscape that I've heard they used to live in.
Are they cut off as well?
He shrugs. He's like, who knows? I ain't a mage, but from what I hear, the amount of the amount of devils that he have under his control has dwindled. Right? He used to have hundreds, a whole army of just devils. Now there's a few dozen, from my guesses. So they've had to turn to other forces. Goblins by the hundreds now. A few cave trolls, some other things, nasty things from the depths of the mountain. They've enslaved them, allied with them, commanding them. I don't know their whole deal. But suffice it to say, goblins, trolls, we can deal with that. Us dwarves, we deal with that all the time. It's more the devils that have been the problem. But again, the longer that time has gone on, the weaker they've gotten. So there's no better time like the present to strike them.
the distant future. No, just Well, we have a Jesus person over here, so that helps us.
I'm like 3 tables over, like, bro, come on. I suppose I will walk over. I will have walked over by this point.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we got news for you, bud.
Yeah. They mentioned armor. Your troop, fully armored, 60 dwarves is what you said. What kind of armor? What are they? What do you do? What are you doing? What you wearing?
It would tell you, it's like they all got fine chainmail at the very least, and some have better than that. Some have scale.
Extra fine.
Man, so you've been doing this for a while.
Well, the forges of our cities are the places where you get the best armor and the most of it.
That is true.
To put it in perspective, like armor in general in this area of the world is again like kind of not rare, but it's in demand. It's in demand. It's always in demand in human cities, in Kurbok City, in elven cities. The dwarves, and that's because the dwarves are the only ones who mass produce armor. Or really, they're the ones who mass mine the metal to get armor. So,
we could use some cool shit.
So, like a piece of a bit of armor here. Like, let's say you wanted to buy splint armor, it's going to cost double here what it would cost in a dwarven city. So
handling.
Let's just play a trading game and just go back and forth from the mountains, make thousands and thousands of gold.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I'm gonna want to. So.
Hey, right? Yeah. Playing Factorio, boys. Let's go.
I mean, you can. You just have to defend when you get attacked on the way.
That's actually that could be a fun session.
You can load up the castle.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Load up the entire castle with crates of armor and just dump it from the skies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And like a merchant background, I can get us some very good deals.
Yeah.
Let's rain heavy metal from the sky. Surely the people of Kurbok will.
Yeah.
That's all I want, man.
Man, so he looks at you guys and he's like, again, all this information I just told you, this is just free for me to you to let you know I'm serious about this. I'm willing to march my band of a few score of dwarves, all seasoned fighters.
Dwarves.
And we'll head over there right now with you,
now?
if you'd like.
Give me a sec.
Shit ready?
But
You gonna check?
I would, of course, want some help from you first.
Okay. Well, what would you like? Yeah. Well, first of all, what do you want us to do for you? And
That we're not gonna do later anyway. If we're gonna help fight these devils, what else do we have to do?
yeah.
I was gonna ask what you want.
So he's so he'd be like, okay, it's a bit of a long story, and then he would like kind of pull back his actually, I guess he would have like a gauntlet or probably just a glove on, like a leather glove.
Wow,
He would
do it myself.
He'd take off his leather glove briefly and then show you a ring on his hand. Feel free to roll me history checks, all of you.
Are you sending us to Mordor to destroy the One Ring?
He pulls out
No.
his sleeve and just fucking.
Yeah, he's got the Thanos gauntlet. No,
Oh, I gotta turn off the band.
feel free to roll a history check. Helios. Yep.
Okay, that was fine.
So
There,
actually,
that's not horrible.
this wasn't insane. It was DC 15, so only Talvo knows. We'll say that actually it just came up at some point when when Talvo was in like Pune. This is a ring of the royal family of one of the Dwarven kingdoms, specifically the one based out of this major Dwarven city here, which is called. Hold on, I'll just put a name on the. It's called
Shortland.
Dupgard,
God.
which literally means dupe. It literally means deep home, because this is
a deep hole.
It's rumored to be one of the deepest burrowed dwarven cities of this continent, or maybe the world. So Dupgard is it actually controls not only like this, but it also controls this one down here historically, and also like there's a bunch of unmarked smaller ones all throughout these hills and mountains, right? And this one has even in the past, somewhat recently, in recent decades, has actually taken over smaller human settlements in the foothills and started basically like ruling them and taxing them. So it's actually a kind of a decently powerful political entity in this area. So you'd be like, I'm sorry.
I would know. Yeah, I would know them. Obviously, they would have a little bit of skin in the fight, wanting to clear out the Archdevil. 50 miles from their house.
Yeah. This one is this fortress. You would just know or be able to guess at least that it was probably built by some offshoot of this group of dwarves, right? So. Okay. So he shows you this, and you, Talvo, you recognize this as the royal crest of or royal sigil, I guess, of Dupegard. I don't know what the symbol is. It's just some royal symbol.
A hole.
Yeah, it's just a hole. So he looks at you and he's like, when he could tell that Helios and Adau don't necessarily recognize it, he would look at Talvo, see that he does, and be like, this here is, well, I should introduce myself, I suppose, if we're going to do business. My name is Branult. Put that chat. Branult. And I am cousin of the current king of Dupegard. King, yeah, and you would say King Byra the Fourth. So I'll put this in. So he would tell you, I'm cousins. I'm the cousin of the current king, and recently the kingdom of the dwarves, our kingdom, our home, has been in a bit of a state of internal conflict. Our second largest city to the south, which would be this one, which you guys would also know because it's big enough to be pretty well known, is Gabagard.
Gabagool.
Gabagool. No, it's
you made a mistake.
Gabagard, which would literally mean in the dwarven tongue, city of riches, because it is a very mineral rich set of mountain homes there. So he would tell you, Gabagard has been de facto under the control of essentially another one of our cousins, a pretender to the throne who has not declared open rebellion, but is all but declared himself ruler. And
here we are doing political intrigue again, huh?
Incredibly vain.
He would look at you guys and he'd be like, if you come with me and just help me, I plan to try to negotiate with my cousin in Gabagard.
Like that idea?
And I do want to bring along other people, specifically non-dwarves, to show that I am not just coming there to seize control with my dwarves.
So, are you seizing control personally, or do you want us to work on behalf of the king?
I would love for you to help me defuse the situation. Having you act as quote-unquote peacekeepers or diplomats from Kurbach. I've heard of your reputation here. If you just could be mediators.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gone well in the past.
We're famous for our mediation skills, so I mean that works for us.
Yeah.
We're great conflict resolution experts.
You've seen many conflicts and they've all resolved. So.
All been resolved. That's right, baby.
That's true, I guess. Oh god. So Yeah, so you would, you're just all picturing Jed getting his head chopped off by Locke.
We all collectively have the
then-
flashback.
And then Lulu getting his head chopped off by Kurbak.
Throwing a full necklace of fire beads into a crowd.
Yeah, and then
throwing it again.
Yeah. So, oh man. So you guys are I'm not gonna make your roll deception check. They have no way of knowing about that. So but yeah, so you guys say this stuff, and the guy's like, again, I don't even think it would you'd have to do anything. Mainly, I just want you there just in case, and just to give it a more neutral perception.
All right.
And this is Gabagard, if you didn't know, which you guys would know. You have maps again of this area now. You'd be like, Gabagard is roughly on the way. We could head there. Plus, if we're well received, we get supplies, head out to Zilx's fortress, and we head in. Shouldn't take more than a few weeks, I say.
You want to ride on the castle there? You don't have to travel on your own.
I'm a little not wanting these people in my castle.
He actually is like, we actually totally agree. Dwarves, if you didn't know, Dwarves not really a big fan of getting off the ground.
That's fair.
We can build a board and go underground.
Is that why you guys are so short? Because you like to be close to the ground, or?
He just chuckles awkwardly because he's like, that's not really a good joke, but I don't want to be rude to this stranger. It's like, haha. It's like when your uncle makes a racist joke, but you don't want to call him out on it at Thanksgiving. You're like, yeah. No,
bro.
So, anyways,
right.
so
Cut off.
But yeah, so he's like
fire whiskey for you. I'll take the next one.
But so he's like if we just we march quick. We're used to marching quick. If we just march alongside you there underneath your castle, you stay above us, not too high, just in case. But we should be good.
And if one person wants to like Titanic it up on the top, they're welcome.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good plan, especially like if you run into like any problems, we'll just like Goomba stomp them with the castle.
Yeah, dude. Now we're Goomba stomping people. Now we're dropping the castle. Okay.
Individual situation. It's not a whole town.
Women and children, my dude.
Women aren't people. I know. I'm just joking. But okay. Well,
war criminals and racists. Okay.
Whoa.
Take them all off.
But
I
so
only wanted to drop the keep on the keep, but that's beside the point. So we gotta convene.
But so then he'll actually be like, oh, and sorry, before I forget, beyond doing this to help me so that I can then help you, right? A favor for a favor, but even beyond just you doing this as payment for our help, beyond that, Gabagard's archives probably have diagrams and maps of Zilx's city fortress that he took over. Stuff I don't have on me or in my brain.
Alright.
Fair enough. That could be incredibly useful.
Yeah, that could be useful. I'm trying to figure out an angle to where we could eke out one of his like dwarves to be our blacksmith.
Oh, we have a blacksmith. I already hired one.
Yeah, but is he a dwarf?
That's probably, honestly.
What if he just like?
What is he? Yeah. Who is it? We never went over that. We just said
it would probably be a Boarman, actually.
a Boarman. All right.
Yeah, they've got
We can have
smiths.
multiple. I mean, it's not like we're paying them jack shit. You know.
Make the offer to him. Be like, hey, like.
I mean, would you offer that now? Like,
No, let's wait. Well, let's wait. We can get a blacksmith from Gabagard.
Must be all right with being several hundred feet in the air for extended periods of time.
Yeah. So he can enter through through the rock on the bottom of the castle and just never come out the top, and he'll never know the difference.
How about, is there any way that Brenalt's, I assume having a large band, he would have an armor of some sort just for maintenance and whatnot. Is there any way his armor would be willing to stay with our new blacksmith and just, give him a couple of dwarven tips while we venture over to Satan's Hat?
He's down. He would say like, he would be like, we have dwarves who have enough experience that they can whip out a whetstone and some other tools and make repairs on the fly. With an actual forge, if you have one in your castle, we could do a bit more and teach your smith. All I would ask in return is that on the journey, we're allowed to repair our weapons and armor in your forge.
That would be more than fair.
Yeah, it seems very cool. Yeah.
If anything, it's more practice for your smith too.
Some practice.
We'll even park it on the ground so you guys don't have to be.
He would say, he'd chuckle. He's like, I'm sure one or two dwarves will be fine if we make them. It's just the whole group. That's not gonna fly.
The bark bags and over there in the corner.
Yeah. So he nods and he's like that'll be fine. And he'll let me think of let me find a name of this smith dwarf.
Harold.
It'll be Theo.
Sure.
Theo.
His name is also Keenan.
No, it's not Keenan.
Jeffrey.
It's Theo, short for Theodoricus.
He's Roman?
Interesting.
Like
No, it would be I don't know if that would be like the Romanized version. No,
His name is Eurus McSmith.
It'd be Theodorix. That's it. Yeah, there you go. Theodorix. So it'd be Theo for sure. Theo for short.
Okay. So we'll just, kind of conclude this deal. Like, yeah, we can do that. Everyone, we all okay with what's happening here?
I'm in.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he would not.
Nothing bad's ever happened to us before, so.
He would reach out a hand to shake on it.
He's a dwarf, so they have like really good hands. Like, oh shit, that's a terrible handshake.
They got really good handies, yeah.
We should all take another shot of fire whiskey to seal the deal.
So as you take his hand to shake his hand, the halfling is like seems like the halfling is really freaked out by this, and he's like, "Oh, calm yourself, brother. It's fine."
Did I break some custom there? What was that?
Does this guy have to come with?
He's just a little antsy about people touching my person. These are our friends now. I have a name. Hold on. Oh, wait, I don't have a name. I thought I had a name for this.
Hannibal.
I really don't.
Halfling Hannibal. He's just a hand.
I do not like this little Jared Leto motherfucker.
No, it'd be Beau. Beau is his name.
It's spelled French. It's like Beaou Hex.
If you want to spell that way.
No.
So you'd be like, calm down, Beau. Anyways, so yeah, you shake on it.
Okay.
He gives a nice firm handshake.
Like a thumbs up, like from a distance. Yeah.
I love how my arm disappears when I go to grab another drink.
Yeah.
You're wearing clothes, right? So
don't tempt Beau.
So yeah. Anyways, though yeah.
All right. Well, gather your dwarves. We will set sail.
Yeah, this will be like a few days before you're fully ready. But
I throw sailing.
Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
We would coordinate and be like, "Wait, well."
Yeah, he would tell you that that's fine.
Right
they don't have any pressing engagements right now. They just finished some mercenary work and stuff like that. So they're fine.
All right, swag. Well, I guess now we can skip ahead.
Well, there's actually one little shopping thing I wanted to do.
Okay.
I would like to commission some gold star pins that I can give to people who do a good job.
Okay. Yeah.
Why don't you just stamp some coins? That would be way easier.
I'm a merchant. I'm not gonna deface currency, you moron.
And that,
Yeah, you might have to
roll
get
an
like
intimidation
permits.
check. And she just
You might have to get permits for that.
Yeah.
From the Department of the
Boarman.
Mint here, but yeah. So
Go talk to Kerbach.
yeah,
I
so
want to
the,
smash some shit. He's like, alright, cool.
you could do that. I would say it'd be like 1 gold piece per pin.
Okay, I have
I have
100. I will
1,000
commission.
pins.
I will commission 10.
Okay, there you go. You have 10 gold pins.
Unrelated, how much gold do we have?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm spending that out of my pocket.
As I was saying, is we could make like 40,000 coins.
So-
no.
Um,
Start raining them over the Dwarven City.
And Zyle does raise a good point. Do we have a spare set of sending stones?
I think we still have. We haven't
We have
used
at
them.
least one pair. I
yeah,
don't know
you
where
have
they
one
are.
pair.
One that like Jed.
You took
and
the one
them
from
used to
Jed.
have
That's the
before
extra one you had,
Before
yeah.
his conflict was resolved. And
Hey, you
I
guys
just
wanna
use
see-
sending now, but we have them.
You know
You
what?
could-
You guys want to see if Locke has any outstanding contracts right now? We have a sending stone with her, right? Let's just see.
But that's a lots of ways away if we're gonna do the hat thing.
I think we can check in on Locke after.
After the hat, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea because then we're
I
probably
mean, yeah.
still not gonna be ready for this dragon. So
Drew, I'm just thinking, if we take over an entire dwarven settlement with a devil's horde in it and produce metals, passive
don't
income
know if
moment.
The merchant instinct in the back of Talvo's brain begins to tingle. Like, oh, now that you say that.
Corner the platinum market. No, anyway. Let's. All right. So we don't have to contact Locke, but it's an
on
idea.
the back burner. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the back burner.
Okay.
But I think it would be a good idea to give Brandt, this man, a sending stone so that while we're flying over him.
That's
and
true,
pull
yeah.
out,
Yep.
we can
You'd be
just-
like,
Okay. Yeah. For emergencies.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that. You give his
Maybe we'll
old
be
stone, Jed's old stone to Branel, and then I'm gonna
Don't
put this in my
mind the
notes. In the future, contact Locke.
It's like set a reminder on your stone. Send this message to me in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Ezra like handing over the stone, like, the last guy read that stone's dead now, but you'll probably be fine.
And he's like,
You don't have any
Shuffle.
conflicts with Boarman at the moment. Do you really famous Boarman? So.
Not
I
me.
can move me around now. Look at that. Yo.
Hey, where am I?
I yeeted you into the void.
Bye. We gotta get back from the.
So
banished.
yeah. So okay. So a few more days will go by as you finish your upgrades and stuff. Are there any other things you want to do?
Do not know.
What do I need to modify on my rapier to make it the +2?
I'm gonna go into the castle kitchen and get a single potato. I'll be
I
back.
can. You should just have to change. I can do it real quick. You should, if you open it up, there should be a thing that just says magic bonus 1, and you just change that to 2. Oh wait, no, I don't have it set up like that. Let me. Yeah, I'll do it for you. So Dex. Okay, so now we put magic bonus 2. The rapier. What is a rapier? 1d8 or 1d6? I think it's 1d6.
It is a D8.
A d8. Okay. So then the d8, and so now there you go. You see, it's +10, which is correct. And then if you click on it, let's see the damage. Okay, attack roll's correct. Yep. And then if you click on it, 8 + 5 + 2. There you go. Yep, it's good. Okay. Cool. Hold on. I just need to look at my notes real quick. So there's one other thing that's gonna happen before we kind of skip it further along. Okay. Okay. Well, let's wait for. Actually, no, this is a good time for a little break. Let's take a quick little break here.
Are they both lefty?
Yeah,
Alright,
and
fair enough.
yeah, and I'm gonna go grab like some like a drink or something. So,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, let's take a quick little break. This works. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. All right, we're back. We are back again, there and back again. So,
Hey, find yourself.
so you guys, we can skip forward actually a few days, well, until your upgrades are done. You get the smithy, the forge has been fully installed now. You even have a dwarven smith. Again, this is not like an expert smith. It's not like a full expert, but it's a dude.
The best.
It's a dude who did actually apprentice as a smith at one point in a great dwarven forge hall. So it's certainly going to be even if your Boarman is already a decent smith, he's going to be able to learn new techniques and stuff like that. So sharing of knowledge, right? So you have your personal weapon upgrades done and all that. You wouldn't actually, in this time, you haven't really met with Kurbak anymore. He hasn't really sent you any messages or anything, so I'm assuming you would just maybe tell someone in his court, like, hey, we're about to head out.
We're back.
And you would just coordinate with Branel, meet up with him at some point, and he would basically tell you, like, you determine how fast you're going to march every day, like how far you're going to march every day, stuff like that. And it would be
about with their pace, honestly. Like,
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. So you guys would go quicker if you're just speeding there, but he wants you to stay with them just in case, right? So
Yeah.
And so this would take 400. We'll say 425. Yeah, or well, we'll say 425. That's well, I guess that's straight distance though. It kind of be a little more winding.
I think we should say 420.
we're gonna round it up a little bit to 450. And
0.9 days.
so, I thought it would. No, you have to roll it, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so 18 days. It's a good 2 week long and some change journey on foot to Gabagar. Yeah, you guys would begin going there. Unless there's any last minute things you would do in the city.
I don't have anything.
We got enough bar encounters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You had a bunch of bar encounters. You had some excitement. Riley is still getting used to. Riley's still getting used to his tail, but yeah. And you guys start heading out. A day into the journey, you'd be keeping updates with them every day. The first day goes without incident. First day leaving. Second morning, Branel checks in. I'm assuming you guys would basically, because you can't literally park the thing on the ground. Or at least it's kind of like gonna create more wear and tear on the bottom of the castle, right? The dirt, the island it's on. But you would probably park low enough that you could just shout out in the morning and be like, you all good down there? You know, a ladder to bring up and down supplies or whatever. So
I can use fly and shit.
and yeah, so after, I guess on the first day, you would have seen, once you got a good bit out of the city, then the rest of Branel's group is here. And it is about 60 dwarves of varying degrees of like armorness and stuff. It's kind of like a ragtag group of like mercenaries, it seems, but they all seem decently capable, right? So
It's 3 of us, 4 of them plus Riley. That's 9 plus 60. We have 69 people sort of in that thing.
Well, and then also you have like 40 or whatever people on yours.
No, okay, well, never mind.
We have a total. We have 52 people, not including the party.
Yeah, so you had,
on the castle.
Yeah, so you got 50 on the castle. They have like 60 down below. You have a decent little sized warband here, right? So
Actually,
Plus 1 rat.
I would have left one person behind because I do need to hear back from my
I'm gonna say
my intel party that I sent down to the dragon.
Yeah, I'm gonna say those don't count out of your castle group because those are on the ground informants who are never with you. So I'm not gonna count that against you for there. So
Okay.
yeah, that's like a separate pool.
I can check
like,
in with your friends whenever you want.
Yeah, you have like your castle and then you have like your intel kind of network that's separate, right? So
Okay.
But yeah, so the first day you'd meet up with this group. You can tell that some of these dwarves are more like kind of rowdy and kind of uppity than others. Some of them calling out like racist slurs against you guys. That's just kind of how a lot of dwarves are, and how a lot of other people are in this part of the world where there's constant wars between
We're
all
in the
these.
south.
Yeah, we are in the
You
south.
are the south, yeah. No, but like, you know, all these areas around here, except for the
Juke Guard hospitality.
yeah, except outside of the Boarman Empire, right? Every city-state is gonna have a mixture of dwarves, elves, or humans who have conquered each other, and so there's always this sort of back and forth in this area. It's normal. But overall, the dwarves, they're not like hostile. They are just rowdy, right? As you would expect. And yeah, as you kind of start, whenever you guys interact with Branald, by the way, his brother, the halfling, Bo, just sits there staring you guys. Sometimes he's like fiddling with a knife and like picking his fingernails, like getting dirt out from under his fingernails with like a dagger, like an actual dagger, and he sits there like looking, or like picks his teeth with a dagger. He's like,
Interesting.
You never say anything.
I really don't like this guy. He's really giving me bad vibes.
He is the devil. He's Silks. That's him.
Yeah.
Actually, can I hit him? Can I hit him with an insight check?
Oh,
Sure, yeah.
you just walk up at your meeting. Can I hit him?
I mean, like, he seems like
Like a
very
club.
loyal. He seems very loyal to his brother. It seems like he is. It seems
Halfling
like
and a dwarf.
it seems like if he didn't have loyalty to his brother, he would just attack and eat anyone he wanted whenever he wanted. He seems like a true psychopath from looking at him. Except his brother has told him you're friends, so he keeps you alive for now. In his mind, that's you can just looking at him, you can tell that's his. He's like, oh, I could eat you, but my brother wants you alive, so I'll keep you alive. And it seems like, but it does see. I will say, it seems like that's how he treats everyone. You see him, even the other dwarves, he kind of eyes with this way, right? So
We should probably keep his brother alive.
Yeah. Hey. No.
on the second morning, well, we'll say the third morning. So 2 full days of travel have gone by. On the third morning, your shaman Shot comes into the breakfast room, wherever you're meeting at this time, and is like, I received a vision yesterday. Whether by the grace of Kurbak or due to my proximity to you all, I recognize no one, but I think it's someone you might recognize.
Oh?
Brandel, isn't it?
Go on.
We're probably not going to be hitting any enemies today, are we?
I don't know.
I mean, it's the second
not?
day, so I mean,
He's
unless...
like, yeah, you guys right now are like in the heart of Boarman territory still. You're very much
no.
safe. So he's like, I could probably use all of my magics to show you my vision.
Oh, yeah.
It would just probably exhaust me for the day, but I'd much rather just show you directly.
Okay. I mean, if there's anything I can do to amplify...
I give him bardic inspiration for the day.
Yeah, sure.
I can-
Yeah, you guys are probably not going to need it anyways. All right, so yeah, okay, guys. Yeah. Basically, he wants you to
I'm
help
just
him.
buff this guy up. And
He
be
basically
like,
wants you to join
I want
him
the full
in.
day.
Yeah, he wants you to join him in prayer, which you can do, and using your magical powers to amplify his. He's going to basically create an illusion depicting in his mind what he remembers from this vision.
Okay.
And he would tell you, like, yeah, like I received this vision when I woke up and I was doing my morning meditations to Kurbak. I received this vision. I felt like I was watching this, and I feel like it's important. And so you would take a little bit to prepare. Maybe bring in some like incense or whatever. Start doing this, and actually, the way it would work is that he would burn a bunch of incense and literally do some like basic magics like prestidigitation to kind of like mold the incense smoke to create a scene, right?
That's quite cool.
Yeah, a
Be on the
mixture of
TV on the
like
cart.
Like Gandalf smoking the pipe.
exactly a mixture of smoke and like fairy fire type magic, right? To basically
Yeah, I
like
can toss
show
that in.
you create like a little picture, a moving picture, a movie cutscene.
I said the wrong thing and do hypnotic pattern instead.
So yeah, and he would tell you he didn't hear anything, but he saw this. What you see is what you see before you in this kind of like a vision, this cutscene vision. You see hold on. One second, let me just you see a like war tent. In the war tent, you see someone that is familiar to one of you. Adau, you've actually seen this exact person before. It's not a perfect replica with this method of vision, but it is a dark-haired, kind of like dark-complexioned dude with like a scar over one eye. Adau, this is the Black Wolf of Tapua that you had seen when you were like digging into the memories of that one dude who's still in your dungeon, by the way.
Yep. Oh yeah. So we have 53 people. My bad.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah. So yeah, you see this, and since Adau, you literally saw this other dude's memory of this guy. You're able to see like, oh, that's the dude, that's the Black Wolf of Tapua. And then the vision kind of expands or pulls back, and you see someone else that all three of you recognize.
Oh no!
Reaching out to shake hands. Any guesses?
Lock.
Solomon.
It's Solomon, the paladin right-hand man of the Duchess of Unudu. Is shaking hands with the Black Wolf of Tapua, and surrounding him at waist height are about 20 halflings in various degrees of armor and weaponry.
Like a belt.
And they're shaking hands. You're not sure what they're saying. You could probably imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when this Finis is shot, like, even though, again, Shot is like a decent little shaman, but this is kind of a mixture of magic he's not used to. So he's got like, oh, sorry, that's all I remember, but is this useful to you all?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Did good today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shot. That is actually very helpful.
Shot.
Why
He just earned himself a gold star.
I'm gonna put this in my notes. Gold star to Shot. Honestly, you know what's really funny is that like something like that could actually be very useful in the future for like reasons you might not expect. I don't even want to spoil them, but there are things that require having an object you're familiar with in a certain place, like having bonds to things, and this could work for that. So,
oh, good.
All right. Well, we all knew this was coming.
Yeah.
However, have you received any word from your messenger, Talvo, about the priest in Ugodi?
Oh, because you sent money to him, right?
Yeah.
Or
Why'd you pay off a priest?
Were
No,
you
we
planning?
sent word to him to get the names of the family members.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, you were going.
Oh.
Yeah, you were considering sending money, but then okay.
Yeah, we want because like the guy was like, "Oh, I'll take the money," and I'm like, I don't believe
Yeah.
you.
I was like, I don't think you'd take the money.
You
Right,
would know
like day
just
one,
like
that's
based
right.
on travel times, he's probably another couple weeks before he gets back. So,
All right, awesome.
so yeah.
All right,
so
well-
And we left. Does he know that we're like not there anymore?
no, but you have informants from Talvo's network who can tell him, right? You have people left behind.
And once he's back in the city, they can send a bird
Yeah.
or a spell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, I can just talk to him anytime.
That's true. You have sending, don't you?
Yeah.
Ravens are cooler though. Ravens are
Yeah.
Ravens are more based.
We'll talk to the bird halfway.
You'll send sending to a
Send
raven.
the raven and then talk through the raven.
Yeah. That's
We'll
kind of
polymorph
cool.
into a raven. We might get there fast.
I think technically they have to
Oh.
speak a language to be able to use that, though.
Yeah. Although you can polymorph and scout ahead for us as a bird.
Yeah,
That's
that's
actually
true.
you could do that.
Oh shit! I could do that. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Well, we're still in the middle of Boarman territory. We're not going to get ambushed here.
Gotta
Although
practice.
you
It
know what?
failed last time.
Actually, that is a good idea. Look and see. Look behind us. See if we're being followed by anybody affiliated with the Black Wolf.
True. Okay.
They do have a uniform, I think, right? So
They
or a symbol.
they would have symbols of Tapua
Yeah.
on them at somewhere, but
Okay.
How
Well, maybe
does,
not.
How does this work? Do I like say I want to be a bird and then I roll d20 and then that determines what kind of bird I am?
no, you
Like an
choose.
ostrich?
You just choose. You choose the bird.
Okay.
Yeah. Choose the one with the
An
best
ostrich.
perception bonus.
Yeah.
Ostrich?
Which I don't know how helpful that is.
It has to be something you're like familiar with. I don't think you would have seen ostriches here. So
I'd say like hawk or eagle. That
yeah,
makes
an
no
eagle
sense.
or a hawk. Yeah.
A hawk is cooler.
But yeah. So anyways, though, so you continue. This is just a few days after you
All them
left.
dumb ideas work.
And you don't know when this vision is of, if it's the future, the past, the present, right? But certainly this seems to be some sort of vision.
Yep.
And yeah.
I guess it can be the present, can it? Unless the Black Wolf can teleport. Because we know he was right outside the city of Korbach.
But if they have a castle, they can teleport.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah. Do you do anything else on this journey, or is it just going to be making sure it goes smoothly?
I'm definitely making sure it goes smoothly. That's about it.
You guys, I scout.
Yeah, you can kind of like scout out and about. Here, you know what? Actually, roll me a survival check, and this will represent the whole like couple week long journey. Oh, sorry, I meant just Helios. Because he's scouting around. So Helios, you look.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Sorry. So Helios, you're like looking around as you're going, especially as you leave the realm of Korbach and head into the hills, right? The hills and mountains and forests. It starts to get much more like likely that you would get attacked if you're going to get attacked, or if not you, the dwarves below you. And a few times you're like looking out ahead and you're like, ooh, okay, I think this would be a good ambush spot. And then it isn't. You like make sure you go look around and see. It's fine. And you're starting to be like, oh, I'm going to go to this. You're getting practice with this for sure. Until one day you're kind of hanging out and you were like it's probably like mid-morning, we'll say. And you were about to go do your daily routine of like flying around in polymorph form. But you're like, I'll put it off. I'm going to have a late breakfast. And as you're eating your late breakfast and the rest of you are kind of hanging out, doing whatever, all of a sudden you hear screams from below the castle, distant because it's kind of muffled by all the stone and rock. But you hear screams like, ah, and then like clashes of metal, and then like a weird like rumbling noise. And then immediately after you hear a couple screams from the top of the castle. And a screech, a screeching noise. And then
I know what that is.
And then who has the sending stone that was linked to Jed's, which is now Branald's? Would it be Helios?
I originally had it, but I don't know who. We didn't decide who got it.
I think we just kind of left everything to Adau because he's like the accountant and just kind of.
Okay. If Adau has this, Branald will send you immediately after you hear these screams, before you even have time to react. Basically, it says, "Attack wyverns. Get up and fight," and that'd be it.
I haven't polymorphed yet.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what the terms are on this, but I didn't even get the sending stone because my weapon was like, Bree!
Oh yeah,
it's not just me. It's people within 30 feet, I believe, are woken up.
Your alarm thing.
Yeah, my bill hook.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, the alarm clock.
But yeah, so I get up. I'm running along, banging on doors. Get up, man! The ballistas. Do wyverns count as dragons?
They're a type of draconic creature, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They're dragons with like I forget. They're
Well, they have a wyvern is
angry giant lizard. So
the difference between a wyvern and a dragon is a wyvern has 4 limbs, 2 legs, 2 wings. A dragon has 4 legs and 2 wings.
Right.
Yeah,
So
like that's why Skyrim dragons are actually wyverns.
Yeah, but also though, that's just my classification at least. But the other thing is that wyverns are generally more animalistic. They whereas dragons are all intelligent, right? Even the dumbest dragon is going to be as smart as like your average person. So.
Yep.
Well, that's not very smart.
So anyways, so what we're gonna do here is you guys would not have time to really get to any specific like parts of the castle or anything. You would basically just have time to essentially run out into the courtyard, and then you're gonna get attacked. So
we have a river on this thing?
let me no. So this
no everything yeah. this big moat. That's just
Yeah, the
Yeah,
moat.
that's the address.
The moat is where the
picture.
edges would be, actually. So it's not. This is not accurate. I'm actually. My buddy Drake is going to make us a map of the castle. I just need to give him the specifications at some point.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
yeah.
Drake.
So there's gonna be what you notice when you kind of walk out here is that there are multiple wyverns flying around in the air. You see 3 just at a quick glance. Something else you notice, though, is that they're not alone. Riding on the backs of these wyverns are little draconic figures. They're about halfling
All
height,
wyverns?
2.5 feet
No.
tall, and they all have slings and little daggers and clubs. It's kobolds. There are kobolds,
Oh, those
like
things.
hanging on to like the kind of spines of the wyverns and slinging, like providing
Kobold noises.
providing aerial support. So what we're going to do is they are going to so again, there's going to be like multiple skirmishes here happening. You guys are going to be in one such skirmish while the rest of your guys do. And the way I do battles like this that are larger scale, because I don't want to represent every single thing to take a million years, the way I do it is basically your battle, your skirmish is a microcosm of the whole battlefield. So if you guys do really well, crush the enemies without getting hit, the rest of your troops are doing that well. If you guys struggle and like take a few hits, one of you goes down even maybe, then that means you're probably taking some pretty heavy losses on the way, right? So however, what you guys do is reflecting the overall battlefield.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as soon as Talvo knows that like a battle's about to happen, he's gonna pre-poison that dagger.
Pre-poison?
Oh yeah,
Wait,
yeah, it lasts a
no,
minute,
wait.
so.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because consider wyvern poison against wyverns isn't gonna work, or maybe it'll work. I don't know how that works.
Well, no, I'm talking about
The
Because like
kobolds,
reasonably
yeah.
wouldn't
the
be.
dagger, the
Yeah.
dagger of venom.
Yeah, because it's not wyvern poison in the dagger, but like,
Yeah.
Away
can
with
snakes
you,
be
Vine Pega.
envenomed by snake venom of the same species?
So it would depend on if it has. So like poison damage is one thing, right? There's damage immunities and condition immunities, and poison is both a damage type and a condition, right? And so it
Yeah.
would depend on if the creature is specifically immune to poison damage or poison condition or both.
Okay.
And you don't
But
you
yeah,
know
so
so you know.
it's all poison. It doesn't even matter. Like
You
if
would-
it's wyvern or
Yeah,
basilisk.
you would know that wyverns have barbed, poisonous tails or venomous. Is it? I guess it's poisonous. I don't know. Is it venomous if it's from like a mouth or injected? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember the difference, but yeah. Either way, so
Venom is inflicted. Poison is if you eat it.
okay, so this
Yeah.
would be venom, yeah.
Yeah. mhm,
I'll
that's-
white out on one of these guys.
Right. So yeah, go ahead and roll into initiative, and one of these wyverns is going to come swooping down.
What? So only one.
For now.
Oh man, hell yeah. I forgot to
Yeah.
click on the thing. Oh wow, this castle's way bigger than I thought.
Yeah,
pretty big,
holy shit.
yeah.
Wait, that was
I
zoomed
did,
in
yeah,
really far.
I didn't see the grid, and I was like, how do we fit 50 people in here? And then I
Oh.
realized we're tiny.
Oh.
Again, it's made for
That's
giants. This is a
not great.
giant-sized. For a giant, this would be a small keep, but for humans.
I don't know what the highest I've rolled on initiative is, but it's not very high, despite the fact that I have advantage. Kind of wacky wild.
Shit.
Bless.
Thank you.
This is me when I complain about dice incessantly. All right, so
Thank you, Zyle, for the sub, by the way. Okay, hold on.
yeah, I should have that open.
I can bring my slots back up.
Okay,
About to do that.
so
You're
these
playing Peggle instead of watching. Cringe.
hold on. Here we go.
I don't like that I'm the closest to this dragon.
Yeah, you know, it really sucks to be you,
Matt,
bro.
you're first
No,
on
sorry,
initiative,
they would
so-
actually be coming from this side. Sorry, I just didn't move them yet.
Man. How high up is the wyvern? Oh, there, it's landed. Okay.
It is. Well, hold on. I'm just moving it to the side so I can click on it. Well, it's probably like 30 feet up right now at this point.
Okay.
You guys basically run out into the
Or
courtyard,
one-on-one.
and it's swooping down as like it just happens to be swooping down, while another couple are actually swooping down, like one towards the roof, and your guys who are fighting there, and kobolds are jumping off onto your guys' roof. One on like the wall somewhere nearby, right? So yeah, this is again a lot of stuff happening all at once. Okay, so it's about 30 feet up here. It's oh, I need to get combat music going. Hold on. Last thing before I forget. Witcher 3 combat music time, boys.
I break out the flute and I start playing fucking
The Witcher 3 combat music.
Helios, I'm gonna compel the wyvern to fly off the castle, and you're gonna polymorph it while the kobolds fall off.
Got it. Different than my plan, but we'll take it. All right.
Hold on. I think Momo just got in trouble. He did something bad.
I polymorph Momo into a wyvern to fight back.
Yeah. So okay. So these kobolds again are all hanging off the side of this thing, like whipping swings around, right?
It can't be good. It can't be aerodynamic.
I mean, they're all small. They look like medium-sized creatures, but they're basically 2.5 feet tall each, and the wyvern is pretty big. So
it's always okay to make fun of kobolds.
yeah. So all right, so Talvo, what are you gonna do? Again, 30 feet up, but that's easy for you to hit.
Sorry, I'm just looking at my inventory really quick.
Oh god, are you gonna fireball?
Oh no.
It would definitely hit all of them and none of you. So this is better than a lot of other situations where you've wanted to use it.
Yeah, we're gonna fireball.
And that's the thing. Even though the wyvern is a type of like weaker dragon, you know, minor dragon, they don't really have any fire abilities or anything. At least not normal wyverns. So
I forgot I had this. Honestly.
I still have one beam technically. I've never used it.
So okay, so yeah, you just take it. It takes your object interaction, like grab it out of your bag, action to just fling it. And let me go check the way.
I'm just like watching, like, oh, here we go.
Necklace of Fireballs is.
And then it's the hit.
So this is the bead you've had since you knew to.
Yeah, it is the same one. There's no attack roll or anything. It is just the fireball spell essentially. So roll the damage, 8d6, and then I have to roll my saves.
8. Okay, I have to do it over here. Roll 8d6.
Yeah, slash roll 8d6.
Okay, that's actually
decent.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a couple points above average, I believe. So you just you fling this up there. The kobolds, I don't even need to make rolls for. They're all dead. Even if they pass, they start just falling off, like because they lose their grip and then just fall off dead to the ground. Like you start. They're only 30 feet up, but there's still some. You still hear some bones crunching as they just start going
man.
start going thunk, thunk, thunk into the ground. The wyvern is also like, wow, that kind of like rears back after the explosion hits it. It is obviously going to live. The wyvern itself is actually a lot tankier. Let's see how much it takes. It's not very dexterous. So this thing, it looks kind of majestic as it's flying, but it's not able to quickly turn in the air. So it is going to take the full 29 damage, and it doesn't have any fire resistance. You can tell that it scales and it has scales and stuff. They're not thick enough, and they're not meant for fire. So, yeah, that's great. Do you move at all, or is that it?
Nah. I throw the bead. I'm looking at it. I'm watching all these dudes. Shit.
Fall to the ground.
It's pretty brutal.
And they actually went way better than I could.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Adau, what are you gonna do? It's the wyvern's still 30 feet up, but it's been hurt now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I suppose I'm just gonna. I mean, I can't reach it with anything, so I'm just gonna hit it with Sacred Flame.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Let's see if it doesn't have high dex. Yeah.
So we're abandoning our other plan.
Was that 2? Did it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was 2d8. Okay. So I just rolled poorly.
Yeah. So it takes that damage though, and a little more.
A wisp of flame goes.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. It the thing is like reeling confusion. It doesn't know who did these effects because it doesn't really have any understanding of magic. So it just looks at you and it's gonna go for the closest target, which is Adau, as it swoops down and yeah. Hold on. It's actually gonna try to knock you prone. Like it's gonna be a grapple check. You won't take any damage from this if you fail, but you'll be knocked prone, which could be worse.
Okay.
So it basically its claws just reach out and it tries to like a hawk just pummel you with its claws.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Okay.
make an athletics check. It actually doesn't have a great roll in this. It rolled well though.
It did roll well.
It doesn't have a good bonus, I guess. Okay, so yeah, you are knocked prone. Again, that doesn't do any damage. However, now it goes, tries to take a chunk of it out of you. It tries to bite you, and because you're prone, it has advantage now. Oh wait, no, sorry, it doesn't bite you. No, sorry, yeah, it doesn't bite you. Instead of biting you, the stinger. It kind of like lands on you, pushes you to the ground. The stinger is gonna try to go right into you.
This is a flying scorpion?
It has a scorpion type of tail. It looks like a barbed scorpion tail.
Jesus Christ.
Does a 21 hit?
Oh, right, that's the poison.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
That's a 21 hit, you motherfucker.
Hey, if I no, yeah, even if I cast Shield of Faith, it would still hit.
Okay. So yeah, at this point, yeah. So you're gonna take hold on. So you're gonna take, well, this damage is gonna come in two parts. First, you're gonna take
Many damage.
So here's the piercing damage. 9 damage from just the barb piercing you. It's a big ass barb, right? It's like this big. It's
It hurt.
Then the poison. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
Okay, that is unfortunately a fail. So you're going to take this full damage. 24 poison damage, which actually, funny enough, 76 is literally how much wyvern poison does if you harvest it. So it's consistent. It's not like I'm adding any. That's the base amount. It's a good bit. And this thing it honestly assumes that you're dead from this, and so with its claws still resting on you lightly, it like hisses at the other two, at Helios and Talvo. Helios, what are you gonna do? Your friend has been not pinned in the grapple sense, but like knocked over by this thing.
But not pinned, but on the ground and stabbed with poison. So
yes. Adau's not looking great.
What's your favorite non-threatening animal?
What?
What's your favorite non-threatening animal?
Worm. I don't know.
It's a worm.
Are you gonna polymorph Adau into a worm?
Oh.
Yourself? No, you're gonna do the wyvern.
It's really hard to hit a worm with a giant stinger.
Okay, so the
the wyvern.
so you're gonna go zoop. I was like, are you gonna get Adau out of there? Adau can go get away. No, I got you. I'm just fucking with you.
Funny.
The wyvern. Here's the thing. Wisdom is not its worst saving throw, but it's certainly not its best. Wyverns are not known for being incredibly wise. They actually have a plus. It's a +1, so it's possible. I mean, it was already possible even without that, but okay. So
I've seen this one before.
The wyvern looks at itself and is like, and then it goes and gets sucked. Let me see if I can find a worm token.
All right, Talvo, you're up next, and I think you know what you have to do. You've seen this.
If this worms have 8 hearts, don't cut it in like half, because then when it comes back, there's 2.
This is the best I can find.
I was gonna run at it and just stomp on it with both feet.
No. Tie it around the arrow, and then.
So.
Why don't you add another wyvern?
So at this point,
add another wyvern. That's actually a good idea.
So yeah, you have this worm here. Is that all you do, Helios? That's your action?
I mean, so here's this worm. I mean, I don't. There's really nothing else I can do.
Yeah, that's right.
Super helpful. So we'll just take that.
You hear some shouting from before we get to Talvo's turn. At the top of initiative, you hear some shouting, and you look up. You see one of the other wyverns is actually coming by, and one of the kobolds is like tugging it, like pointing at you. Clearly, it sees the damage you've dealt and is getting their own wyvern. A second
Pick up the
one.
worm. You're next.
It's getting the second one here to head towards you. So let me hold on. Let me.
I only have one more shot at that, so.
Well, you can't do both at once. It's concentration.
Exactly. Have to get rid of this one first.
Well, that's the thing. If I tie this worm on the arrow and hit that wyvern, you can just drop concentration, and a wyvern explodes inside the other wyvern.
So this one.
Oh,
Hate that. But yeah.
And then you.
It's like an Ant-Man Thanos situation.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think
Yeah,
about that.
alright.
That's a good idea.
Okay, but first I rolled to seduce the wyvern. So no.
This group over here is coming in, and let me roll them into initiative.
Oh, I see. I correctly intercepted the combat encounter, and now you're just doubling it out of spite.
No, it was always
Yeah.
going to be. It was always going to be 2. I always intended for it to be 1 the first round, 1, and then another the second round.
And then
One kobold is too.
one, right?
One kobold's too easy for you guys at your level.
Yeah, considering we
Or
fried
one
them.
wyvern. Sorry, with kobolds. Oh, this one rolled well. Nice. Okay, so then we resort initiative, and yeah, this is at the start of the round. Let me make sure that the stream can see. It's blocked.
I think if you fired first, so you can either fire the wyvern into the wyvern, or you can fire it off the map, like several hundred feet away, at least, and we'll just see what happens.
I mean,
It's
either way,
up to
we're gonna
you.
see what happens.
Yeah, either way, we're gonna get some funny, wacky effects.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing: is like the wyvern can fly, so shooting it off doesn't matter because.
Well, but if you shoot it off as a worm and just leave it there, it takes a ton of fall damage.
Yeah, any damage that the worm takes. The worm has 1 HP. I don't think the worm is even a stat block, but it has 1 HP. Obviously,
After the BBG.
if the worm takes more than 1 damage, it reverts to
Tank.
wyvern form.
Worm tank.
But any extra damage will go to it. So if it takes a drop of 100 feet, that's 10d6 fall damage. And you guys are at least 100 feet in the air from this point. And if you shoot it straight up,
Strength -5.
if you shoot an arrow straight up, it'll take maximum fall damage.
I really like the idea that there's actually an earthworm stat block.
There might be
Pretty
actually.
cool. No, I just posted it in the chat. It's not official, but
Yeah.
The worm wiggles.
I'm assuming it has 1 HP.
yeah, it does. It has 1d1.
Yeah.
Language.
Adam
Talon
Terran,
zero.
yes, whatever.
So-
but yeah,
So it's
up to you.
it's Talvo's turn. You guys can shout out things to do, but ultimately it's up to Talvo what he does.
yeah.
Creatures revert upon death, correct?
Well, they
Yeah.
revert if you do a blow that would otherwise kill the worm, it'll revert back to its true form.
Okay. Or without the HP.
Well, any extra damage will roll over, but it won't instantly kill the wyvern. Unless it would normally be enough.
That being said,
Launching it is not a good idea.
like being stabbed with an arrow and then shot, I feel like would maybe be 1 damage at the very least.
I mean, you could just
Maybe.
wrap it around
Wrap it.
the...
Yeah, wrap it around.
You have to roll a 1d1 just to make sure.
Okay, so I guess what's gonna happen is Talvo is gonna stroll over here, pick up the worm, look at Helios, be like, thanks for doing something for once.
Riley's
shot,
like, I would have done it better! From
Wait.
inside the castle.
You have a
And then-
rat. Shut up, rat.
And then we're shooting at this other wyvern with the worm bow.
Where's his
Okay.
initiative roll?
So you want to shoot the other wyvern? The other wyvern, by the way, is a little higher up right now. It's about 60 feet up off the ground. So you're gonna basically go, ooh, clunk. Okay. So just make a normal attack roll with the arrow, with your bow.
Is this? Did I upgrade this bow to a +1 or no?
I think didn't you upgrade it +2? Wasn't that the whole point? Is that you upgraded both of them?
No. My
Okay.
rapier was
The
a
rapier
+1,
is plus-
upgrading to +1.
okay. So
I don't
this-
remember about the bow or not.
Yeah, the bow should be +1. So yeah, because I remember you did upgrade the bow too. So that's why you didn't have a ranged weapon in those fights, and you were complaining about it. Here, I can
yeah.
change that. So let me So you're gonna be. Hold on, let me fix that for you because it needs to be. What is a short bow? 1d8, I think.
I think a short bow is
I have my
ironically a
fancy
d6.
bow.
It
Let's
is
find out.
D6.
Yeah, it
D6.
is.
Okay, so
I haven't
D6.
tried to play the bow with the instrument yet.
D6. What I do is T7. I just add to the magic bonus.
Gotcha.
Space. Yeah. Feel free to roll that. Okay. And the way I'm going to rule this is that it will deal the damage to both. Well, actually, let's see if that does that even hit. Hold on, I got. Wyverns do have like somewhat decent scales, not that thick though. So the way I'm going to rule this is that this is going to deal damage to both the wyvern it hits, and the impact is gonna do the same amount of damage to the wyvern.
Okay.
That's what you wanted, right? Basically.
I wanted to just kill everything in one turn, yeah.
Well,
Well, it's not gonna do that, unfortunately.
You told me this wyvern's in the air, so if it fucking like reels, some of those kobolds are falling off.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so roll your damage here. It'll just be the normal damage, I guess, right? Yeah, because
Just double check, make sure I could sneak attack.
yeah, I think you have to be like within 5 feet for the 1v1 bonus or whatever.
Oh, there's an ally
I
right
guess-
next to you.
well,
Well, but it's not adjacent to the enemy. It has to be adjacent to the
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
And you also, I think, yeah. So it should be normal damage. Ah, good roll though. So yeah, you deal 10 damage. Okay, now I gotta get in there to be able to click
Did he
on
fall
the one.
off? What was that? He just-
So no. So I just had to click the token below. So you hit the wyvern. The worm also takes the same amount of damage, which means it takes 1 damage and the other 9 rolls over to the wyvern. The wyvern reappears, like basically collapsed into the side of this one, like basically crashes into it. Like, bruh. It's not like they like literally fuse together or anything. So unfortunately, it doesn't quite work Thanos Ant-Man butt style. But this thing does come back in a way where it is unprepared to fly, and it will flop and fall 60 feet to the ground, which does an additional 66 damage. So roll the 6d6 TSM, and that'll be how much extra damage you do from the fall.
33.
I'm still getting used to this new keyboard.
That's fine. Yeah. Hey, yeah, pretty good roll.
2 numbers.
So this thing is visibly wounded. When it hits the ground, it kind of goes like gets up. It's limping. The other one is not quite as hurt, even though it's surprised by the fact that one of its friends just appeared next to it, like butting into
Say
it.
friends, I'm gonna feel bad.
And I will say that the kind of like disruption to its flight path will cause the kobolds to make dexterity saving throws. We'll say the DC is like 15, the same amount as the attack roll here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 of the kobolds, we'll say the bottom 2, fall off. Like the wyvern kind of topples to the side while it regains balance. These guys fall. You don't even need to roll. The fall is 60 feet. They're gonna die from that. They literally can't survive a fall from that height. Like ah! Like the little kobold arms flailing and then crunch. It's pretty brutal, actually.
Yeah.
So those guys die. Is that all though, Talvo?
No, he's gonna use his bonus action to hide.
Oh yeah. I think, like I said, we're
kill
gonna.
several kobolds. Is that all?
Yeah, I think we said last time that I'm gonna have you be doing sleight of hand rolls from now on for that. But yeah. Depending on the situation.
Okay.
This time I knew where you got so well. That brings us to this wyvern.
Wait. I'm gonna move behind here.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. This wyvern is like just.
Yeah, you're just leading me
utterly-
right in the path.
This thing is utterly fucking confused about what just happened, but all it knows is that it still sees targets down below, and these kobolds are kind of egging on, like go land down there. It clearly is trained with some basic level of training, so it's gonna land next to Helios, just swoop onto the ground, and it's actually gonna try to do the same thing that the other one did to Adau. It's gonna try to it's gonna try to basically land on you, slamming you over. So it'll be a grapple check, essentially, a shove grapple check. So,
Which is a what?
so you could choose athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, okay. This is 0 or +4. What are you acrobatics? Yeah, fuck. I pushed that thing back over.
Yeah, technically it could only have tied you, and I always give ties to the defenders in this case, so for grapples. So literally it could not beat you. You actually literally like hold it, like, oh shit, and then like kind of twist out of the way. It's not so that you push it back, just you kind of like let it roll off of you. And it kind of like swoops around. It actually probably lands a little further off to the side. Oh, whoops. Oh, there you go. Lands a little off to the side, and then it kind of like looks over its shoulder because now it's to the side of you, and it just needs to see you because then the tail whips around at you. It sees where you are, tail whips around to try and sting you regardless. Does a 16 hit?
Does a 16 hit? Yeah.
Okay.
14.
16 is actually your armor class should be above 16.
14.
Like by this level, you should buy some stuff.
Yeah, it should be in the sense that you probably should look into that.
It should not like you should have it already.
You're like on the ground stabbing. You should get better armor.
Yeah, get better armor, idiot.
Yeah. So it's also because even though Helios is a bard, you only have like 12 dex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got pretty high charisma at this point, but the dex not so great. So you take 10 damage from the stinger piercing you, and then I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Okay, unfortunately you also fail.
Yeah.
You're gonna take it is a low roll. 16 poison damage.
God.
So you take 26 damage total. You are visibly wounded down.
Yeah, half still.
Yeah, both. So yeah, that's that.
And I'm just min-maxing, full charisma, no armor.
And then alright, that's that thing's turn. It is now these kobolds' turn, and they, now that it's landed, they like jump off, and they come just like flanking you, Helios. These little kobolds. Again, they're like 2.5 feet tall. They're very small, but they have these like nasty. They have these nasty like obsidian, or slate or just like stone daggers that they just start jabbing you with. They miss. You're like, whoa, like jumping around them. But yeah, they miss. Adau, it's your turn.
Did you say thank goodness?
I am angry. I rage.
No.
Imagine that. Cleric.
Channel Rhuk.
Takes a level on Barbarian.
Alright, so I'm coming over here. No,
okay.
I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna risk the opportunity attack for flanking.
Okay, yeah, I think, well, technically I had to be here. But you can still make that, yeah.
Well, can I still make that?
Yeah, you can here? You can go diagonal here. You have 30 feet of movement, right? So, you're prone.
Yeah,
like underneath.
I'm prone.
That's right, you're prone, so you have to spend half your movement standing up. So, so technically you have to be here, so you couldn't make it to flank. You can flank the kobold.
Yeah, I don't think I need to flank the kobold.
Okay.
Unless I notice that their weapons are abnormal.
No,
like they're poisonous or something.
No, they don't seem poison. No. And I will say that the wyverns like they don't have that thick armor or scales. You can just tell just by looking.
Yeah. Yeah, Zyle, that would be fun. Unfortunately, I'm not a Boarman. I am an elf.
And unfortunately,
But that would be. Unfortunately, I'm dumb. But no, that would be incredibly fun. I think.
That's fine.
Of course, it's necromancy. So
it would be very flavorful because everyone just worships Kerbach too.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what I think I'm gonna do?
Be a Kerbach family.
Drawing a weapon is an object interaction, right?
Yep. Object interaction.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drop my. Well, hold on. Are you guys okay with this? I'm angry. Well, Talvo killed my prisoner, so I don't care what you guys think. I'm gonna drop my mace, and I'm gonna hit him with one of these. I'm gonna hit him with the bad touch spear of dragon.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh god! Yeah, which like for you is like literally like a massive spear.
Yeah. I know I only have one. The other two are in my room.
Okay.
I take one off and I'm just maybe overhand. I drive it into his
fuck! Okay, yeah, like a big stake into the thing's heart. Oh god, I forgot about those entirely. And these are dragons, and those work on any type of draconic creature. Anything with dragon blood. So, well, except dragon elves, but So, The piercing
We only have two
is
left.
one thing. So the piercing just goes through right now. So piercing alone, 12 is not bad. And then there's another 26 that it rolls to half or full damage on. Let's see. Constitution. Ooh. It does actually
That
succeed.
makes it.
So it still takes another 13 though. That's still 25. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. The thing like reels back in pain from this. That you certainly got its attention.
And then, as a bonus action, I am going to shield myself.
Yeah, seems
With
fair.
double
Yeah, this thing
You
looks like
just
you can
picked it
tell
off.
this thing is gonna attack you if it gets a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to this wyvern. This wyvern was prone. You could tell has probably a few broken bones in its wings and that in the wing that it landed on. But it kind of like stumbles up. It's like "Ugh," and just like looking around, enraged and in pain. I'm gonna roll a wisdom check. Basically, well, you'll see. It fails. Basically, it is so clouded in its judgment and perception by pain and rage and just fucking confusion. It became a worm for a few seconds. It doesn't know what the fuck just happened to it. It has no idea. It's gonna lunge out and try to chomp on the nearest thing to it. Guess what the nearest thing to it is? The nearest living thing.
Kobold.
A kobold. So it's gonna bite its own kobold friend. Yep. It doubles the kobold is 5 HP. It does 10. The kobold's like, "Rah!" and it just goes. That kobold is in its belly now, like literally just
Now we got the
completely
cannibal
gone.
wyverns.
Yeah,
Sorry about that,
the thing is, the wyvern just cannot tell friend from foe right now.
Oh, no.
I would say it can tell the other wyvern is there, right? It's not going to mix up a wyvern for a person, but it can't tell apart a kobold or a boarman or a human or an elf, right? However, it does have
You see the
another
height?
attack. It does have another attack. It stumbles forward, and one of its claws just like lashes out at you,
I'm
Helios.
just gonna hide everything behind my character sheet. I don't see anything happening.
Oh no, your AC is exactly 14, right? Yeah, that means it hits. Because armor class, it just needs to match. You take 11 more damage. No poison from this.
Good.
But
Helios
is not looking good.
13.
Helios has 13 HP left. And you guys can tell just by looking that he's not doing great. It's your turn though, Helios. What are you gonna do?
Good question. If I move, I get 3 opportunity attacks,
I
right?
would not do that.
So technically,
I can't move.
these things do have reach. So you could technically move here or here and it wouldn't provoke.
Hold on, wait, I had the character sheet up. You can move where?
So you can move here or here and you wouldn't take any attacks. Because they have a 10-foot
Okay.
reach, so you're not leaving their range yet.
Okay.
So yeah, if you
And
want to
those also wouldn't provoke from the kobold because I'm still in theirs
Yep.
as well.
Exactly.
Interesting. I'll give you 1 second. What happens if I cast it on myself? Right, I have to do.
Are you looking at Hypnotic Pattern?
Perhaps. No, the other giant green box I've been using the whole time.
Keep in mind,
that-
if you move here, you could just position it
And
like
I can.
this.
Yep, exactly. Okay, then I do that.
Okay. Yeah, I knew you were gonna do this.
I was working towards that.
Yeah, as
Yes.
soon as I told you that you could move there, I was like, he's gonna do Hypnotic Pattern. Move to
I
the.
was gonna
He's like
do that
sidestep. Whoop. Yeah. Okay. So we'll put that in the chat so I can remember what I need to. I think
Yeah.
it's a Wisdom save. So let's do.
It's loading every time.
That's not great for me.
Shame.
PvP, D&D.
Say DC 15. Okay. Wisdom save. All right. Kobold first. Let's do the kobold. Kobold actually succeeds. The kobold's like, ah, what? But he's still actually in the fight. The wyverns, though. Let's see. Left
Before
wyvern.
hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Before you
Let's
roll
go.
one of the. Okay, actually, no, keep going. Never mind.
Okay. Right wyvern. Both of the
thank
wyverns fail. Oh,
Thank God I
god.
didn't do that. I was gonna.
Let's go!
The settling words. Thank God I didn't do
So
that.
yeah,
Okay.
so both of the wyverns just start like just stupefied. The kobold is like, what the heck? The kobold's like, what the fuck's going on?
Guys, should we tie them down?
How are
tie down
you the
the
smart
wyverns and tame them?
No.
No?
But I'm assuming that's it for Helios, then?
Imagine.
Is that it for Helios?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have anything else I can do.
You could give someone Bardic Inspiration, one of your buds.
You can give me Bardic Inspiration.
Because, yeah, you're about to die. I'll give it to Adau.
Let's go.
Okay. Talvo. By the way, so let me add this. The right one here is visibly wounded. The left one is
Broken-hearted.
not. So, in case you want to know which one is more wounded, this one is more wounded.
So did my +2 upgrade my rapier's healing in any way?
Oh yeah. I think we said
Yeah,
it was going
we
to go
went over
up.
that.
It was going to go up 1 dice increment. So it was 1d4 before, and now it'll be 1d6
Okay.
plus your whatever. Yeah. So.
Yeah, my charisma. All right. So I guess what's gonna happen here is Talvo will move here. He's gonna hit Helios with the, or not Helios, Adau with the hilt of his blade.
Okay.
Pog. Which one of us rolls that?
So
He
that'll
like goes,
be...
he's like, oh wait, hold on.
I should say, yeah, actually, here, let me make it so you can see, because Helios is actually more injured.
Oh, I don't see Helios.
Yeah, let me make it so, I forgot, I need to do that. I need to
I see how
change
it
that. Helios
there
is
we go.
at like a quarter of his HP.
Yeah,
I
you know
don't care.
that's good.
I'm out of the danger zone right now.
Okay, then I'll hit Helios
Okay,
instead.
so, sounds
Yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah,
good.
feel free to roll your
Yeah,
heal.
he
then.
also doesn't have any armor.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
we're gonna fix that after this. I'm gonna talk to our new dwarf friend.
True. Yeah, you can do that.
It is
All my money on cool sisters.
1d6 plus my charisma, which is 4.
Okay. Yep. Okay, 9 HP. Nice, that helps.
I'm in the 20s.
And then, what are you gonna do next then, Talvo?
I'm attacking this fucking kobold, man.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Roll your attack.
Do you have your dagger out? Like the new one?
Oh, he's got the rapier. Like,
I remember because you pressed the button.
oh yeah, you get the dagger in the offhand. Rapier is a one-handed weapon, so.
Accidentally healed the kobold. He stabbed me.
No, I'm not gonna use the dagger because
Okay.
I feel like I can probably one-shot this little nerd.
Oh no, you definitely can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once
So yeah,
again,
you just go with the rapier then.
Do I need we changed my rapier so it has the...
It should be
stats,
correct
right?
now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And just make sure to check sneak attack because you got allies. And yeah, that obviously hits. This thing, they literally has a loincloth and nothing else.
No.
Yeah, it is 5 HP. You just absolutely just run it through. And it's like... yeah, so in one quick motion, you run over, jab the healing into Helios, kill the kobold.
Thank you for not mixing those up.
So, at this point, let's take a pause here for a second. What is the plan? The wyverns are out of combat for like a minute, basically.
Yeah.
But
Could tame them.
what
That's what I said.
what is your plan? Like, if you wanted, I would say you could try to like tie one down, but you would only have time to do one because you don't have like that much rope and nets on hand, right? You could try to like pin one to the ground though.
I have
in
2
its
more
stu-
hypnotic patterns. No.
Oh god.
No.
So, but you could, like, if that's the plan, is to try to pin one, we can kind of, like, go out of combat, at least temporarily.
Oh, yeah.
I think we.
Or do you just want to, like, try to kill one?
Now let's pin down the really wounded, the worm wyvern, the worm-vern.
Okay.
Wyvern, yeah.
Yeah.
Wyvern, yeah.
I hate the look on his face.
I do have 10 hempen robes.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I have an explorer's pack which has
So,
rope in it as well.
well, so in that case, what you could, I mean, this is, so you could try to, again, you have, like, another, because Helios just cast a spell, you have another 9 rounds. So you could spend 1 round, all of you, tying this one down, or it'd probably take a couple rounds. It'd probably take, like, 3 rounds to tie one down. That leaves you 6 rounds to then kill the other one,
But there's two.
Tied like other.
Yeah, so we'd be just timed to each other.
Oh, you want to tie to each other?
Yeah, there's like a rope
That's
between their legs,
actually-
and so they can't fly away.
That is not a bad idea. But actually, wait, hold on. The blue one doesn't hit
Vibrant
me.
nunchucks.
So let's tie down the blue one and then let me kill the red one. Because I want no one does 34 damage to me. Actually, no, I don't care. It's probably better to keep them both than
Okay.
tame them both.
So you want to like try to tie them together?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do that, we'll
We
honestly
have to
just
have,
go
like, if
out
we don't
of
tie them
combat.
down, they can still fly
Well, hold on, wait.
away.
So let me use the sending stone to Brannel.
Okay.
Hey, how are you? What's the situation?
Yeah. So that's actually this is a good
Hey,
thing.
you
But
are-
we will go out of combat here. Here I'll just we'll just minimize this for now. So looking around the battlefield. So again, it's you guys are basically a microcosm of the overall battlefield, and your guys' battle went all right. Two of you got like half killed, half wounded, right? Below, visibly wounded. Talvo didn't get hit at all though. So a similar situation is on the battlefield. There's a couple deaths that you can visibly just see in your castle. You're gonna lose at least a couple soldiers, and then a few more wounds of various degrees of severity. Brannel would tell you back in the Sending Stone. He would respond and be like, I think we just finished driving them off. A few dead, not too bad. And at this point, the other little skirmishes are wrapping up. The kobolds that landed have all been just killed. Kobolds are not that strong, and the wyverns, without the direction of the kobolds, are being driven off. So it's really just these two. And if you want to try and tie them down, by the time you're finishing that, a bunch of your guys will be in to help, and you'll have some assistance.
All right, boys, time to get some pets.
Okay, so here's the way we're gonna do this. Okay, well that'll be after you. Yeah, we'll get to that. Helios. For now, though, you get to tie them up. The way this is gonna work is I want from each of you either an athletics or acrobatics check with advantage to signify that your crewmates are your soldiers are helping you, right?
Okay, acrobatics with advantage.
Yeah. So, and what we're gonna do,
Oh my God,
what I like doing and stuff like this is we will actually take the average. So we do 29 plus 24 plus 21, all that divided by 3. Let's see if this works. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
So an average of 24 rounding up to 25 is really fucking good, right? This is to represent that like Helios and Talvo are using more acrobatic movements, trying to like quickly like throw the ropes over to each other, and Adau is meanwhile like lifting up a leg, which is heavy, right? Lifting up a bit of lifting up a
And
wing,
the tail,
right?
tie down the tail.
Tie down the tail.
Yeah,
and,
tie down the tail.
And by the time you're finishing this, you have the rest of your soldiers running over. Some of them looking like what the fuck are we doing? Why are we keeping them here? But they're still gonna help you anyways because they'd rather.
And the doubt is the goofiest smile on his face. He's
Yeah. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So you do manage to tie them together. I'm assuming. I guess it makes sense to tie them at the tail so that they can't really like whip them around.
Yeah.
And then also tied to like the ground or rocks or whatever.
Yeah, so they don't fly away as like wyvern nunchucks in the air.
Mm-hmm. So 25 is a really good roll. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to give them a chance here to escape. I'm going to roll 2 checks with advantage to signify them both waking up, right? They're both going to wake up and just try to flail, right? So I'm going to roll their checks. Actually, I'm not going to do advantage. I'm going to do the average of their 2 rolls. And luckily, one of them, if the second one had been a high roll, they might have snapped. And there's a moment where they wake up and just start flailing around, shrieking in rage, right? There's a moment where you're like, oh shit, those ropes are like kind of creaking and like pulling. And then the things just kind of like flop to the ground in a position where they're not going to be able to run. And at this point, you bring out more nets, you bring out more ropes, and you secure them. So, successful battle. And
several stab wounds.
And yeah, you hear moaning of some of your troops who are injured, a couple of whom, again, are either dead or dying from poison, from wyvern poison. Nasty way to go.
Yo, hold up. I've got a scroll of Revivify and like enough diamonds to cast once.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna use that on your soldiers? These are just normal soldiers. They're not like that valuable. But if you do this,
Valuable to us.
if you do this,
Yeah,
you know you
exactly.
are saving manpower, and this would also be a really big morale boost to your troops. So, if you think that's valuable,
yeah,
okay.
I would
I don't
totally
think I can
do
use
that.
mending.
Yeah,
on
so
somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
you after immediately helping like pin these things down, you like run over to the nearest dying soldier, and like as their last bit of life falls out of them, like you cast Revivify, and another one who just died a few moments ago. You see one of their like close companions is crying over their body. You come over and you're like, I hope it's not too late. You do this with the scroll, and they come back to life. The poison being expelled, magically removed from their body, and yeah, when the men see this, like you have a crew of boarmen and some humans, a couple elves, a couple dwarves. When they see this, they start like literally cheering, like yeah, like because there's still like one soldier that was on the roof you didn't have time to reach or the diamonds to do. You still have one loss from this, but it could have been worse. You would have had 3 deaths. You only have 1 instead.
All of the men who died get a gold star.
Okay, I mean yeah, they gave the ultimate
you gotta give the one who
sacrifice.
actually died a gold star.
Yeah.
You should have been smarter. You should have been a better warrior.
Well, yeah. So these guys. Yeah. So this is a big morale boost to your crew. Your crew is gonna remember the fact that you were willing to spend Revivify scrolls on them, just 9 soldiers, right? So, yeah, and yeah.
The crew will remember this.
At this point, we'll actually, I think this is a good spot to actually wrap up in a few minutes. But to kind of sum up, Branel will come up here and basically tell you guys like the losses they had, and they had similar losses, like 3 deaths and a few more wounded. Nothing too serious among the wounds. He would let you guys know like he is not surprised you got attacked. He had no idea if you would be. It's not like he knew, but he's like, this happens all the time. Kobolds and goblins and other things, right, will raid these trade routes that we go on, right? This is a common trade route that dwarves bring metal goods down to the Boarman on. So
Should we perhaps not take the trade route?
he's like, oh, well, it's gonna take a lot longer if we go off road, but. And off-road, there's other nasties, more trolls off-road, more trolls, more ogres, more things like that if we go off-road. The dangers of the road, I would rather take over the dangers of the forest and the hills.
I'm gonna listen to that guy.
But yeah, so anyways, but all in all, you probably take the rest of this day to rest after this and just recover, but, so it sets you back a little bit. You guys will continue on. I think next time you guys should be thinking, what are you gonna do with these fucking wyverns? Because like, wyverns eat a lot of food. They're not like.
We have 8 corpses or 7 corpses right there.
-2.
They-
And the ones on the ground.
They will eat the
Yeah.
kobold corpses. Are you gonna like kill them and harvest them for parts, or are you gonna try to like milk them, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say we tame them and use them for combat, but we could also have infinite wyvern poison that we put on every ballista arrow.
I'm just gonna let you know right now. It's not literally possible. It's gonna be very, very, very difficult and take a long time to train them.
Yeah.
Challenge.
I just smell profit.
Training them, like honestly, training them is gonna be so costly and annoying that you're better off just like finding a druid artifact that could do this, that could make them be tame, right? Like it's that would be a lot of work, and you guys don't really have that sort of knowledge. If you had a druid with you, maybe, but
Well, that's the next goal.
yeah, so like that could be a goal. The harvesting poison from them is something that you can do a little more easily. It still will take some time to get set up and train someone how to do, but that's more doable. So
We also have hypnotic pattern for that as well. If we really need to,
Just keep knocking them down.
we just destroy their minds.
oh god,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, well, yeah. So I
not
think
evil alignment.
that I think that reminds me of a story of So in one of the D&D games I watched a while back, it wasn't actually fantasy D&D. It was the Star Wars tabletop role-playing system. Yeah, I actually want to run those at some point. But anyways, though, in this one, they like kidnapped an Imperial like officer, and when he refused to give them information, they were like in hyperspace, like on like a multiple weeks long journey. So literally, whenever the dude woke up, they took a stun pistol and just stunned him. Like, it just knocks him out. And they did this like every single day on like an hourly basis. And it was like, by the end, the DM or the GM was like,
Rebel scum.
Well, the GM was like, by the end, the dude's mind is just getting fucked with. Like, he's not sleeping, he's getting knocked unconscious every hour. And then, like, his mind is probably fucked. Like, he's basically concussed and shit. Yeah, like, yeah. Anyways.
Wow.
What ended up happening?
I think they either killed him or let him go, and were like, hey, we're friends now, right? And knowing that group, it was one of those two. I can't remember which. That group was interesting, but anyways. So, yeah, I think. What level are you guys? 8?
8.
Yeah.
I think you've earned a level up. The last time you leveled up was end of last season, right? Like Hilda.
At this point, was almost a month ago.
So yeah, that's 5 sessions. So not only is it 5 sessions, you've done a lot in this. You fought the were-rats and were-boar. You fought the ambushers that ambushed you. You fought these wyverns. You've definitely done enough to earn your next level. So you guys are gonna level up to 9.
Nice. Yep.
But yeah, I'm actually I'm gonna wrap up the stream because I'm gonna wrap up the stream in a second because I'm actually gonna go hang out with my girlfriend for New Year's Eve and watching the Georgia football game. So, but yeah, that was fun though. I always like doing wyverns that are around this level because they pack a nasty punch, but they're also not like super.
Yeah, they're not nasty stab.
You know, yeah, they're not super intelligent on their own or anything. So,
and now we have 2 of them.
So
getting out of hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We get a feat at 9, right?
No. So there's no free feats by default. It's that whenever you want to, if you wanted to get a feat, it would be when you get the ability score increase, which is at I think level 12 is the next one.
So I could have done it last time.
Oh yeah. So it's instead of your ability score, you get a feat. You don't get both. So you still kind of have to choose. Sometimes, in very special circumstances, I might give everyone a feat, but that's kind of different. You have to earn that, basically, through some, like, heroic thing. So, could happen in the future.
Proficiency bonus is...
+4.
Yeah, it goes up here, right?
4,
Doesn't it? Yeah, that's huge. Once you set your level at the top to 9, it'll automatically do that. You don't have to modify anything.
Wait, okay.
But yeah, okay, so
Long of rest. Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. And you guys got any streams? Any special? Oh, Helios, you're doing a special stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm following your footsteps of making unnecessarily long peggle runs. We're gonna do at New Year's an all GM run of every peggle game.
At the same time, right?
No, oh god, no.
You're not doing it back to back?
Back to back.
Oh god. Good luck with that.
That'd be horrible.
Good luck with that, because like Grandmaster in Knights is fucking brutal. You think it's bad?
I'm doing it first.
Yeah, that's really bad. Good luck with that, but yeah, I guess and then I don't know, TSM, do you have any streams coming up? Just Teddies and stuff?
Yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow. Just a little bit of
Yeah.
continue the grind, try to regain 6k SR.
Okay, yeah. And I'll actually probably be streaming later tonight, like in like 3 hours from now. Again, with some RimWorld multiplayer, probably. Hopefully that'll be tonight. So, yeah, well, I'm gonna wrap up here. We'll see you all later.
Adios.
Yeah, bye-bye.